Alright, let's get these taps and shares going, y'all. Alright, y'all, get these taps and shares going, y'all. I know what time it is.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey.
How you feeling?
I'm good. Oh Lord, let's see the interesting people that come up
Yeah,
today.
right. I'm bracing myself for right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna just sit back and I'll just shoot you some text messages.
Okay, bad. Alright. Hey, y'all, get the tapping, get these shares going. It's the same thing. If that female black assertive speaker who was like, yeah, boy, probably be going berserk. I still don't think they would care, even if it was like Candace Owens or something like that. 'Cause I'm pretty sure she said it's close to the same thing he say. I don't know what her belief is, but I'm pretty sure. You said her name is who name? I don't know what you're talking
No,
about. I think.
he's saying that's who he was referring to. He was referring to Candace.
Oh, oh, thank you, thank you. Uh, that's funny. I'm trying to make it about them. Yeah. What that mean? I don't know what that mean. Make it about them. Used to work for them. Yeah, I can see that. I see like even like Myron doing the same thing off of Fresh and Fit, doing the same thing. Kirk was doing, man. I wonder if he started that though, because I remember seeing him for a long time doing those, doing those outside debates and all that stuff. I used to watch him. I think that might have been who I was watching when I was some years ago. Yeah, at my other job, I used to watch the person. I believe it was him. I don't know about that. Scared of a picture that's telling me to shush. I don't know about that. I don't look. I ain't gonna lie, I got a bias right now with that. Let me see. I gotta click these followers. I get you though. You gotta show proof that you real, the other brother. I don't know about
How
all
you
that.
doing, brother?
What up?
So, what's your thoughts on this? It's been a crazy month.
You'll figure it out. I'll tell my thoughts near the end.
Okay. Well, with Charlie Kirk, in my opinion, I think what happened to him is tragic. It really is. But like, I show sympathy, but not too much sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be
Yeah,
honest.
I got you. Why so?
Because according to Charlie Kirk's, I lack the mental capacity to show sympathy and compassion because I'm black. So the right always agrees with me everything. They know
Nice,
what's
bro.
best.
That's great, bro.
What? I'm just saying, this is his own words. Came out of
That's
his own
great.
mouth.
That's great, man.
Okay, I'm glad you agree with me on that. So
No,
to prove my
continue.
point.
Continue.
Yeah, to prove my point, I can't show too much sympathy. Like I said, he's a father. He has kids, man. It's terrible what happened to him. But like, we live in a sick world. It is what it is.
So, can I ask you a question? What do you think he said that was violent?
I'm sorry, what again? I couldn't hear you. There was some blurring.
He can't follow.
I couldn't hear you. There was sound effect. Can you say it again?
No, I just asked, like, what do you think he said that was, like, violent?
No, I'm not saying Charlie Kirk said anything violent. I'm just making a statement that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like I said, out of his own mouth, black people lack the
do
mental
you
capacity.
believe in discourse?
Yeah, I believe in it.
Oh, you do? Okay. Like civil discourse, like no violence, whatever?
Yeah, even with friends, you can have different views on stuff and still be friends.
Right. So, wasn't that what all he was doing?
Yeah, look, I'm not wishing death on the man. What happened to him was tragic.
Yeah, but
and
you're
I wish it
like,
didn't
oh,
happen.
I wish sympathy on him, but not that much. You know what I'm saying?
I got a better way to say it. I'm
Like,
not
why
gonna,
would you say that? I don't understand.
Let me say it better. I'm not gonna treat this man like he's God Almighty, but I'm not gonna spit on his grave.
Why would you? Did he ever ask to be treated like God Almighty?
A lot of people on the right do have that superiority complex.
Did he ever ask to be treated like God Almighty?
No, not in those exact words. No.
All right, hold up, yo.
Not
I'm
in
about to
those
get on.
exact words.
Let me get Biz in real
Alright,
quick. See
okay.
what his point of view is.
What up,
I'm
gang?
confused now.
What up? Are we gonna act like the guy wasn't trafficking and fear mongering and race baiting? We're gonna act like that?
Race baiting?
Yeah.
What did he race bait?
Huh?
Why did he race bait?
No. I'm saying, do you agree or you don't agree? Because it ain't no use of going all
think
through
he
it.
was race baiting.
What you thought he was doing when he was talking about all the statistics with the black community, DEI? He was talking about the 13% commit 58% of the crime.
Well, usually when
and
he
the
would bring that
culture.
up was when some person would ask him a question.
No, I understand all that, but I'm saying you heard his stats. You know that.
Yeah, but those
those
stats are correct,
those stats
though,
were
aren't they?
skewed. You know he was giving stats.
Let me ask you a question. Are
Hold
those
on.
stats correct?
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying he's giving stats without proper context. That's race baiting, right?
All right. What's the proper context of the stats, though?
No. I'm just saying. I'm trying to get a point where we can agree on.
Can I respond?
I don't want to keep on going back and forth.
I'll
We don't
respond.
agree.
No, but like you can't just like say something and not back it up.
I am gonna back it up, but if there's no need to back it up, ain't no need to back it up. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get something we agree on.
He weaponized the statistics.
No, I'm just wondering if you can back it up, though.
I can back it up, but
you would always back up what he says.
He's backing it up right now, but you keep interrupting.
And
yeah, what I'm saying is he wasn't backing it up. Is what I'm saying.
Hold on, Biz, hold on.
I could pull up a clip of him.
He was a violent.
Okay.
He was a violent racist.
So Biz, we're gonna act like that. Me, you, and everybody else that sit on these panels, we don't talk about statistics. Me and you don't have these arguments about statistics.
Yeah, but he was trying to blame it all.
Okay, so what's the point? This man can speak what he want to speak. You do it.
Yeah, but he was being racist about it. He wasn't talking about
I'm saying.
So let me.
Let me talk to Monica so we be clear.
All right.
Yeah, we talk about these stats all the time.
Thank you, sir.
Right?
So hold on.
It's proper context.
Biz, let me tell you something, Biz. Hold on. Malcolm X. Malcolm X talked about what the fuck he wanted to talk to. He didn't have a campaign or people to talk to on a platform like this man did. But if he did, it would be the same shit. He did the same thing. No, he did not. Malcolm, hold on. So you mean to tell me?
I'm gonna say though.
You can't compare him to Malcolm X.
I'm gonna say
what you mean?
No, you can't compare him to Malcolm.
I'm gonna say this though.
I mean, he talked about MLK and everything, and how he
can't compare. He's not on the level of a Malcolm X or MLK.
He's an activist.
You're right.
He said slavery was good. He said
And
slavery
if
was
you
good.
don't shut the fuck up,
Yeah, he was a racist.
if you don't shut the
He
fuck
said
up,
slavery was
Wait, who
good.
is it?
Yeah, it's,
All right,
No, can I
so
respond? No, I want to respond to that black on black crime. Please, can I please do that?
go ahead. What
Now,
you got?
if you want to, if you want to talk about black violence in our community, does it exist? Absolutely. I'm not even going to deny that. It does. It is an issue. But you got to be bringing solutions if you're having this conversation. If you're not bringing solutions, you don't care about the problem. You're only propping up to antagonize a particular group.
So
Well,
say,
Kirk's solution was to get rid of
hold on.
them.
So
He
what's your
spoke
solution?
about
What's your
uniting
solution? What's your
families.
solution?
Kirk's
He actually
solution was
What
to
would
spoke
be
get
your
rid
about
of them.
solution?
uniting.
Hold up, y'all.
No,
What
he
would be your
actually did.
solution?
Oh, sorry, MAGA. No, I'm saying.
I can give you some
People
solutions.
throw this shit
I
out.
know. Just hold on a second. I'm just saying he did speak about bringing families together and having finding ways to. Yeah, no, he did. Actually, I'll go get the clip for you because that's the thing. People only talk about the negative things that he was speaking on,
That's
and
all they do.
you guys really didn't really watch things
Well,
in its full
that's his
entirety.
legacy. That's
I
his
feel like
legacy.
that's their way. That's their way
Oh,
to say that. That's their way to say that it was okay for him to get popped. Basically, that's how they look at it. And they
I don't
show
think
you the
I
type.
don't think it was okay.
no,
It's
no,
just
no,
I
not
didn't.
wrong.
I'm not.
nobody
So,
said that. Nobody said
Justifying
that.
it.
well, if
This
you
is
didn't say it,
America.
then why y'all talking? I don't know.
What I'm saying, this is
All
America.
I'm saying is, what's the
When you,
point? The point is with the topic, right? It don't say that if he was wrong, said something wrong or right. But my thing is, I actually judge people based off the first thing they come up here and say. You know, so it tell me what angle you coming from. So it tell me how you feel because you off rip we know the dude passed away. And the
I'm coming
first
from
thing
an
you
angle
say,
of people who don't like
and
racist people.
and
That's my
hold up,
angle. I don't like
hold up,
racist people.
hold up,
That's
real
my
quick. You ain't got to worry about that no more, anyways. All right,
Thank
so my thing is that if I could tell by the talking points, right? Because if we talk about this dude just passed away, and you come first up here saying, "Well, you know, he did this, you know, he did that," that's a way of seeming like, okay, cool. You know, he passed away, and he basically he's almost saying he deserved it or something like that in a way. That's what it sounds like so far.
no, that ain't what I'm saying at all.
But I
I'm
get you. I
practical.
get you. So, or
What
you
I'm
can
saying,
come from the other way.
I'm
You can come
practical.
from the other route,
Yeah.
right? You can come from the other route, like as in reality, this is what happens when you provoke. Because I think I remember you was saying that part when you came up here. He said he
Right.
kind of provoked us, so I get you.
No, yeah, because
Yeah.
what I'm saying is everybody's been saying that the temperature's raised up. Everybody's saying ever since Trump came on the scene, they've been saying lower the temperature. You just can't say whatever you want to say and don't think that these people in America are gonna get weaponized. We have history proving what happens when political rhetoric get too high. You have to be responsible with your words.
But it's not too high, Biz. The point is this, right?
No, it
Y'all
is too
saw this
high. See, that's
man.
what I'm saying. It is too high.
It's not too high. It's too
He
high
just,
for y'all. It's too high for you because you feel threatened. We don't feel
huh?
threatened. We understand what he's doing. The fact of the matter is he's reaching these young people and y'all are pissed the fuck off about it. Let's
No,
just be
no.
real. Because
But
hold on. I heard Obama sit up and talk about stats. I hear President Trump sit up and talk about stats. I hear talk all these people. So why listen, same people, right?
No,
They
we're
on the
not
same,
talking.
they on
We're
the
not talking
stage.
about stats. We're not
You
talking
just
about
no,
stats.
you that's what you came up here earlier. You
Well,
said he was talking about black on black crime and stats, right? And
So
no, hold on, hold on. We're
real
talking
quick,
about
y'all.
we're
So
conflating two different
hold on,
things.
real quick, y'all. So I'm gonna reset the time though. So we gonna do for now because y'all we're doing an open panel, I guess.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk for like 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna start getting like two people at a time, and then we go to open panel again. I'm just trying to get this like I'm trying to see everybody's point of view that's up here though. So right now I'm gonna start it over, and we gonna end right at 5. So y'all better be watching that time. But y'all can go ahead and start. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
so people ask me a solution towards black on black crime, black violence. Well, like I said, I think the best solution is to, I hate to say it, but fund these schools, like fund the foster care system, fund higher education for these kids, and the icing on the cake, having the proper people as police officers. That can probably have some effect.
So,
So yeah, my
so
solution.
let me understand this. We're open panel, right? So
Yeah.
let me understand this, right? So just on that point alone, in order for us to stop killing each other, we need the government to do something. Like that's not something we can do on our own.
I don't believe
Well,
so.
it's
Who you talking about? Black people?
No,
Black?
that's what he
You
was
talking about
saying.
black people?
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course. Of
you
That's
course.
want to
what
do it like
Of
a
Sam was
course.
small.
talking about.
Of course. That's not something we can do on our own.
It
Wow,
should be
wow, the depravity.
Bert.
What do you mean?
Bert. I agree with you, Bert. I agree with you. It should be something we can do on our own. But listen,
Not something we can do
over
on
the
our own.
past 60 years, who's tried to do that? Because all they highlight is the negative shit.
My point is, if my point is this, right? And I'll let it land and see what you guys think about it. But if we can't stop, and you're the one who brought it up, the black on black crime, right? If we can't stop killing each other without someone else helping us do that, am I speaking out of turn or what?
You saying the K word, bro? You ain't that passionate?
Oh, my bad. So if we can't stop, I don't know why I did that. But if we can't stop, I mean, it says something about us, honestly, if it's true that we can't stop doing harm to each other without some other third party doing something to help us do that. Like, what does that say about where we are from a moral perspective? Meg, I'd love to hear what you say about that, and then I'll stop.
No, we've been there for years.
No, you can hold this energy.
Hold on. Did he say me? Or I'm sorry. Did he say
I think y'all on the same side, right?
No, I don't. I mean, listen. It don't matter about the side right now. It's all about who's spitting facts. If you sitting here wondering what side he's on and I'm side on, and you don't hear the truth, then listen, y'all. It's a waste.
Well, no. I don't want to butt it back up on something. I want to give some rebuttal to what he was saying.
No, he said MAGA, so I started talking. I didn't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it's funny though, because we haven't had somebody that can do this in my 50 years of living. I haven't seen anybody try to do it.
Try to do what?
To bring us together so we can stop unaliving each other. When is it happening?
Oh no, people have. I mean, people have been doing that.
Name me one time, Biz. Name me one time, please.
I mean, I can only speak from where I'm at. I know we got African American man against violence. We got that here. Well, I mean, we marched on it.
Hold on. What just happened? What just happened in Dallas the other day? You in Dallas, right? What just happened in Dallas?
I'm in Dallas.
What just happened in Dallas? Come on. Y'all can't stop that. Y'all haven't stopped it. I don't care what you got down there.
No, I agree with you. I was the one that said we can't stop it on our own. I know that.
Hey, so Biz, let me ask you a question, right? Because I know your take on it, and that's fine. Let me ask you this question, and again, I'll mute up. What's more dangerous to the black community, the lack of fathers in the home or racism?
Lack of fathers in the home.
What's kind of obvious, isn't it?
Hold on, you said what's more dangerous?
What's more dangerous to the black community, the breakdown in the family, the lack of fathers in the home, or racism by white people?
At this point in time, the breakdown of the family.
Right. So we can probably fix our own shit. That's my point.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I think you think this is a small problem. I don't think you understand how vast this problem is. How circular. Let me ask you a question. I don't think you understand how circular that this problem is. How cyclical this problem is. If you knew how cyclical it was, you wouldn't say the things that you're saying.
Okay, so what do you want the government to do that they're already not doing?
The government needs to put a plan together for the black community.
Like what?
It's not like
give an example.
We're not children.
I mean, you are. And that's the point. I don't think you guys even.
You really think the black community
just said it out loud
is going to accept a family plan from the government that they already do not trust?
Rachel, he actually said that we're children.
Every time I try to say something, somebody jump in.
All right, explain the plan.
What I'm saying is the black community didn't end up where it is on its own. This is not something that's organic. The government created this environment that the black family is in.
No, we hear you.
The government regulates.
We hear what you're saying, but what's the plan? What's the solution?
It's going to be a comprehensive solution. It's not. Okay. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to be one thing.
Okay. Continue. My bad.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be comprehensive. The black family damn near needs a Marshall Plan. The black community in America damn near needs a Marshall plan. Yes, it needs a damn Marshall Plan. That's how deep rooted the problems are in the black community.
Okay, if you were sitting on the committee, what is the first initiative?
The first initiative is pass House Bill 40. That's the first initiative.
And what does that do?
And then go in and study what's going on in the black community and then alleviate the problems.
No, wait. What? So more research.
Yo.
So you're
Yeah.
saying the first initiative is more research on the stuff that they already realized
We
is a
already
problem.
We
know.
haven't studied it. No, that's what I'm
What
saying.
do
We
you
haven't
need to
studied it.
study?
Oh my.
We haven't studied, and
This
that's the
is why,
problem.
and this is
Everybody
why.
has their own
This is why.
opinion on
So
what's
hey,
going
hold on,
on.
MAGA, hold on, MAGA. Check this out, MAGA, and you can cook after this. Like, so, I mean, I don't want this to be lost. Like, he said that this man down here in the bottom right corner said black people are children. Now, if we think we're children, we can't be mad at white people for treating us that way.
Facts or pointing it out. Can we
No.
be mad at them for
See,
saying it? Hold on.
see what I'm saying is y'all small minded. When I say children, I don't mean
Who's
actually
small
children. I'm
minded?
talking about the black community. I'm not talking about us as a whole.
So
What
hold on,
could
Biz. Let me say this
The
first
black
of all.
community don't own nothing, right? We don't control anything. We
Where
don't
you
have any
messed up
political
is,
power.
well, hold
Is that
on. This is
children?
where you messed up. You messed up when you said the government is the reason why we're in the situation we're in.
Correct.
It's you Negroes. That's the reason why we're in the situation we're in. It's men that didn't take care of their families, didn't like left their families and neglected their kids. You can't blame that shit on the government. You're a grown man.
So you think the reason why the black community is in the situation it's in is because of the black man?
Yes.
Who else do you blame?
No, because of not just men, women too, but because of the breakdown in the family. Yes.
I agree. But who else? Who are you blaming, Biz?
No. I'm curious because I never heard somebody from the right say something like this. Because that's what I said. I
That's
said the
what Charlie
reason
always
always
said.
the black man needs to shoulder all the responsibility.
But Charlie said that.
That's what I said.
This is so many times.
Who said
He
that?
speaks on
Charlie
father.
Kirk.
Yeah, I'm about to get the clip for you right now because
His whole objective is to bring back the black father and the black family.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't look at the black community and pour water on it, and then the black father just automatically reappears.
That's why he was trying to bring
Family don't reappear like
everybody
that.
want to get mad because he's white talking about the black family.
No,
All
what
right,
I'm saying is
time is up, y'all. Time is up. Y'all gotta wait for the next 3 people to go. So what we gonna do? We gonna start off this green topic. And while y'all wait though, I know how y'all do because I seen the live yesterday. Y'all don't even be tapping. I'm gonna make y'all work though. So the people that ain't talking, y'all can at least tap, share. So I don't even know if you're gonna like the live or not, but I don't know y'all purpose. But it is what it is. Y'all can go ahead and subscribe and use y'all piece of money. You can also go ahead and hit that heart so you can push me on the popular page so we can get some more people in here. Hopefully we can see what these different mindsets is. All right, so I'm gonna go with since I already seen y'all a few, so I haven't seen I'm gonna go with Adele, then Sabua, and then rapping, and then we can do another 10-minute open panel. So Adele, you there?
I was just getting ready to take my groceries upstairs, but I'm here.
If you need a minute, I can go back. We just don't. Everybody just talking for 1 minute, anyways. I'm giving them a 1 minute
Oh,
time.
it's okay. I'm still in my truck, so it's no big deal. So,
all right. So we on the green though.
I think it's pretty busy.
Yeah, we not doing a response right now. We're gonna do that on open panel. Just do your we're gonna do the topic for now. So if they swap race, if they like the 2 people I got in the background, the girl that got took out on the bus and Charlie Kirk, if they swap race, would it be a different story? Do you believe it would be a different story today?
No.
Why? Oh, let me give you. You can explain.
I don't think she was as problematic as Charlie Kirk was.
No, I'm saying if they was black, if both of them was black, and it was the opposite, and a YT guy was the underlive, her, you know what I'm saying, and she was a black woman, and if he got popped by, we still don't know who he got popped by, but if he was black, would it be different?
Wait,
no, I think it would have been the same. I mean, I'm trying to do TikTok friendly language, but yeah, like if somebody loses their life, depending on their popularity or whatever the situation may be, it might be different. But no, unaliving is unaliving.
Okay. I'm talking about with the celebrations and going. One of them is a celebration reaction. The other one is a GoFundMe because he got a mental issue reaction.
Can I go next? I know I spoke earlier, but not on the topic. It's up to you.
All right.
I mean, I didn't speak on the topic.
You lucky, you my top. All right, so yeah, you can do that. Then I'm gonna get 2 other people. Then we can do open panel. All right.
That sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, look, I think it's disingenuous to act like there wouldn't be a difference if we swapped race, right? Put a timer on me if we didn't swap race. Oh, I don't care if you put a timer on me or not. Look, if Charlie Kirk, you can't just switch race. With Charlie Kirk, you'd have to switch ideologies. Now, if Charlie Kirk were a left of center black man, we'd be in the streets burning shit down right now. Like, that's what we'd be doing, right? So it would be different. And same thing on the other side, right? We'd be, doing stuff on that side. Actually, you know what? If they switch race on the other side, so that's a white guy, black person, yeah, we'd be in the streets about that too, right? So let's not play stupid. Let's not play game goofy.
All right, so, okay. Saibua, what you got for me?
If the Charlie Kirk, if he switched race, I think
these
it'd be the
two
same
people in the
thing.
background that passed away, if they just switch race.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And then
with
explain why and what you would think could happen to
Charlie Kirk is with his influence saying. I mean, I don't know if you'd have to switch ideology, but like if he was saying the same thing, I still think it would be a big problem, like a big problem as it is right now. And then with the young lady, she was black and it was a white guy. Oh yeah, it'd be a big issue. Just like left and right, shit going up. I don't know.
If that were Candace Owens instead of Charlie Kirk, nobody would care.
All right. Last person, then we're gonna go back to the open panel. Rapping.
Can we
you got for
before we
me?
go back to the open panel? I never got a chance to finish. Actually, I just kind of went on.
Yeah, you only had that 1 minute. You had to say what you had to say in that 1 minute, though. Open panel, y'all can try to.
Okay. All right.
Huh? Yeah. I got to be fair.
I didn't use all my minute. Let them use the balance. I had 40 seconds left. Let them say something.
Maybe he didn't understand the question.
I didn't even get to say anything. I was interrupted. I wasn't even nowhere near finished.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Okay. Okay, Ada. We're about to give you your minute back.
Oh,
you
okay,
good?
sure. Thanks.
All right, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, I don't think that there would have been any difference if the race or whatever the situation is. I can't see it. I don't have on my glasses. Sorry, but I don't think it would be a difference. I think someone just said something about, well, we'll be in the streets burning things down. The only time black people march in the streets and burn things down is when the opposite race is white and the person or the victim was black. It's because there wasn't any justice. It's because the person who did what they did was not held accountable. But when the system works and it takes care of the perpetrator, we don't get in the streets and make a fuss about it, which is why I said if it was opposite, as long as justice was served, then there wouldn't be anything different. It'll just be someone who passed away. And that was the point that I was trying to make.
Yeah.
Well said.
I don't remember the part you got cut off at. That's the funny part because I said, all right, you ain't gonna use them, and you was like, all right. But go ahead, Rapping. What you got for me, Rapping? Then we gonna go to another 10-minute open panel.
All right, no problem. To me, I think it would be different in the way that the way the media portrays a lot of it. And I tell a lot of people that's because what we were speaking about already is how if something's not justified or whatever, we march about it and we go out there and we let our voices be heard, that we're not accepting the injustice that may have happened, where YT people don't do that. You know what I mean? Like I had somebody saying that it was wrong what happened on the train, and it was. I have daughters. I couldn't imagine that ever happening to my children. And I said to the YT person, I said, so go march. I said, so go put together a march, put together this, put together that. But the thing is, the media would cover things different if it was the other way around because of how we react to it. If we reacted to it a certain way, the media would jump on it totally different because obviously they want the clicks and they want the plays as well. Whereas it's like if we cause a commotion, they're going to pay attention to it. Whereas the YT people may not cause a commotion, so it doesn't get the views that everyone expects it to get, if it makes sense.
Hey, let me just say, we're open panel, right? Let me just say this to kick off open panel. Well, we're open panel, but I started first. All right, cool. So I know when to unmute my mic, man. I'm ready. So first off, I want to commend you guys for this has really been respectful enough, as we work through this issue. So I commend you guys for that. Here's what I want to say, and this is something I want to kind of stick home, right? And just listen to this. If your enemy doesn't have freedom of speech, neither do you.
Preach.
Open
So
panel
let
now.
me. Can I say
One
something
thing
about
after
that?
y'all done.
Try to squeeze in after Mac is on open panel now.
So if let's be real, right? For the person who said that it wouldn't be different if those roles were reversed is lying to themselves, right? And it's racist because let me say this: you know, dang on well, if that lady was a black girl, and if Charlie Kirk was black, you would have Al Sharpton, Ben Crumpton, everybody. There'll be lawsuits going on before they even buried the man. So let's not play like if it was the Adele said it right. He said, well, the only time it wouldn't be different is if it was a white man and it was some injustice. So what about the other nationalities who do shit to us and there's no injustice? It's always just the white man, and I can't understand that shit for the life of me.
Miss Miss Maga, what did you mean?
You didn't hear what I said.
No, like I didn't understand.
What do I need to
Like,
explain
what
to
are you
you?
trying to say? Like, if it was a black BLK man that
So we were responding to the quote up on his panel on his post, right? Have you read it?
yeah.
Okay, so we were all responding to that, and when he asked us the question, two people in here said that it wouldn't have been any difference if the roles would change. If those were black men, they saying that it wouldn't be any difference. No, nothing would be done different from what's being done now,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
we know that's a lie.
nothing, nothing really would be different. You probably right about the lawsuits, but I'm pretty sure they got lawsuits right now going on.
Listen, Al Sharpton would have been in the street. The brothers would have been selling pies.
But
Somebody else would have came out their grave. Y'all, come on, quit
Miss
playing.
Maga,
Stop playing.
Maga,
That's true though.
Miss
What you
Maga.
basing that on?
But Miss Maga, can't we say didn't Malcolm X got
Hold on.
unalived in front of his family members?
Yeah,
And like, what about
thank you for saying
MLK?
that.
So it wasn't. I get you saying there wouldn't be a difference, but it
But what
happens
happened when
all
Malcolm
the
X was
time.
unalive? What happened? Do you remember?
Ask that question again. I didn't hear you.
I said you brought it up, and I always like to bring that point up too. But what happened when he was unalive?
I don't know. I just know he was unalived in front
And
of
we can't have a discussion if you
on the
sit here trying
stage.
to give me a point and you don't understand what happened. When he was unalive, you know they marched. You know those people was irate. You know it didn't go down like it's going down right now. So be
What's going
honest.
down right now?
Oh my God.
Okay, so what I can say is this: if it's a mental health issue on a train, I mean, it'd be no difference. I mean, the guy got choked out by a white man right there. It wasn't no riots. It wasn't no marching in the streets.
No, they was trying to put him under the jail for it, right?
Of
And
course,
now, hold on.
they
But
won't. Of
now,
course, we
when
don't want
nobody
justice.
when nobody comes to this girl's defense, everybody going like, okay, why didn't somebody help her? Why should they? Because they gonna get put in jail.
What you mean? I mean, it was no helping her. This dude just got up and just
No,
unalived the girl, boom, within a half a second.
after he did that,
That's
that
not
lady
even
laid on the
funny.
floor, and did
Yeah, I mean,
nobody come to her rescue or help her or nothing.
but I'm saying that's a mental health issue. We can't agree that's a mental health.
Biz, mental health is like a different prop, right? So
Right.
so excuse me and mental health for a moment. So you mean to tell me if that were a little black girl getting abs in the neck
Right.
by a white guy, no one would care?
I didn't say nobody would care. I said we wouldn't
It's
be
a
riding in the
question.
streets. I mean, people
Oh
care about
yeah.
her. Y'all saying that
We don't have a
be the
history
train.
of riding in the streets?
No,
Over shit? Come on now.
no. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not like no one cares. This is an issue. So y'all said would it be different? What I'm saying, we wouldn't be
So the answer is
riding in the
yes.
street. We wouldn't be riding in the street if the color
Why?
barrier was switched. It'd be
We
just
we
like it
we
is. A mental health issue like that? No, come on, man. Get a black people some kind of
And
credit,
Al
y'all.
Sharpton would have his
Golly.
lined up.
we we
God
know what would
damn.
happen because we know what would happen. I'll quote Ice Cube. We know what would happen because we've seen the story unfold before.
Thank
Okay,
you.
we seen the brother get choked out on the train. Dude was on his neck for over 6 minutes. Unalived him. He didn't have no weapons, no nothing.
So hold on. So what you
And
want
we
him
didn't
to?
ride then.
He didn't have a weapon when he bust that lady in her face and fractured her in her face and almost unalived her. He didn't have a weapon then. It was just his fist. So you
No,
wanted that man to sit back and wait let something happen. That's the shit with y'all men, right? Y'all
no,
don't want, no, no,
I'm
no.
just
You
making
just
a
said he didn't have a
comparison.
weapon, but he had already previously done shit like this. He
No,
already
not him. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the black the BLK male that was unalived on the train car when the guy put him in the chokehold, said he's
Did
restraining
you
him.
not hear what I said, Biz? That man
Huh?
had previously had hit this old lady in her face and fractured her face.
I'm
Do
not
you
defending.
realize?
I'm not defending what he
But you
done.
just said he didn't have a weapon, as if his fist wasn't a weapon.
No, listen to what
So
I'm saying.
that man was supposed to sit back and wait, let him hit one of them women, and then do something.
No, I'm saying
What's wrong with
that was
y'all?
what I'm saying. That's a white man unaliving a black man, and I said we didn't go to the streets and riot. That's what I'm saying.
No, because
I'm not justifying anything.
we knew he
Can I
was
answer
wrong. We
can
knew
I
he was
answer the
wrong.
question? It says, do you believe these are the same people that took out MLK? I don't think they're the same people because it was
No. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Stay focused on the green prompt or just follow the discussion.
why are you being rude?
Man, stop that. This story would be completely different, and everybody up here know that.
Oh
I'm
my
tired of y'all
goodness, man.
defending all of this
Facts.
stuff, blaming it. And when a black person do something, it's a mental health problem. If a white person do something, they racist. Cut it out, man.
No,
That's
I'm saying the
ridiculous. Y'all
facts.
make man be
I
quiet, man.
think
Y'all make me
anybody
We
sick.
that
can't
do
throw
Hey
that,
away the
Kev,
facts
man.
of the
Hey
case.
Kev, it's good to
Exactly,
be back
Wolf.
on the planet, man. I love
I
you,
think
bro. I
anybody
miss
that
you.
do that,
Man, let me
it
finish.
is a
Cut it out.
mental
I'm a
health.
moderator up here. I'll drop all y'all. Don't make me get ridiculous. Because I'm so sick and tired of y'all always fighting for the ridiculousness and not looking at it for what it really is. Because we know if that was reversed on that train, it'd be all kinds of hell breaking loose in all the black communities right now. Stop the trash with that noise, fam. Y'all make me sick with this garbage now. And then y'all want to talk
Thank
about
you.
they racist. No, y'all racist because
Oh,
y'all want to defend all of these damn criminals like that boy that killed that unalived that other boy, and then y'all want to have a GoFundMe page for him. Now they talking about have a GoFundMe page for this dude on the train. Are y'all ridiculous or are y'all just complete on straight up idiots?
okay.
Y'all
So
be
Hold on.
fighting
what
for
you
man. Be
saying,
quiet.
Wolf?
I mean, hold
Look,
on. Let me.
they gave a whole
Kev,
meth head a statue, right?
Kev,
A
this
whole
man, he was addicted to some foreign substances. He was abusive to women, and you right, he was doing all this, and they made a statue for this man.
Boy, y'all
A
jumping all
statue,
around.
I
fam.
think
So
anybody
Wolf,
who
Man,
you're
bro, let
saying
me.
that if somebody had mental health issues and unalived a black girl, then the black people would go to the streets and
I'm
riot.
gonna tell you what I'm saying.
damn
Nope,
sure they
that's
would
not
be.
what I'm saying. I'm
Okay,
gonna
then
tell
well
you
that's the
what.
facts of the case. Let's
No,
stick with
let
the
me tell you
facts.
exactly what I'm saying. This man went and did something, and now he's trying to get away with it and claim insanity all of a sudden. No, bro, cut this out.
No,
Every
he's
time,
diagnosed schizophrenic.
bro, diagnose these, man. I'm not trying to hear that no more,
That's
fam.
what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna
So
be
that
real. Look, let's be real, fam. But why is it that when a white T person say they mentally ill, no, they just racist. No, they just don't like black people. No, they just not. No, they no. We know how this is. This is systemic racism and systemic.
I feel like anybody who unalives
Sick to
someone.
my stomach with this stuff, fam. Y'all need to cut it out and look at it for what it is. I'm telling you right now, they say black people can't be racist. Y'all hella racist, fam. I'm gonna be straight up with you because you're
You
trying
say
every
y'all like you're not a part of the
man, be
community.
quiet. Y'all finding every
You
excuse.
can go next,
Why
Maya.
do
Let
you
him
Y'all,
talk to
finish.
yeah,
people like
man, I'm a
this?
Maya, let
moderator.
him
Like,
finish.
I'm
You
a
can go
moderator.
next.
I'm a
okay.
moderator. Be easy. I'm a moderator. I'm telling you, be easy. I mean, like, this is the problem that we have right now. And this is the reason why there's so much divide because y'all don't want but don't want the people in our community to take accountability for the ridiculous things that they do and talk about give them grace. Give them grace. Is you out your mind? Now let that be your child and see how much grace you be yelling to give. Let that be in your mother and see how much grace you want to give them. Let that be somebody in your family that and see if how much grace you want to give them. Fam, miss me with all of this trash, fam. This is a ridiculous thing that's happening right now, and it's ridiculous that's going on right now. And I'm gonna tell you who's actually pushing it, and y'all can be mad at me all you want. And it's black people, the one that's doing it, making it
Y'all,
worse.
Are you done?
y'all
Man,
thought I
don't
was the
you?
mean. Y'all thought I
You
was
don't
the.
ask me. Don't ask me, am I done? Don't you
Are
know
you?
I'm the
Are you?
moderator? You want to play
I'm
with
a
me?
moderator too. Are you done, Wolfgang?
Man, I want to say this one time, man. Quit playing with me. Wolfgang ain't been up here in a while, man. And right now, don't don't play with me. I'm not. Man. I'm grown out here. Don't
They
You
probably
actually.
saying
learning more
being a
now.
moderator is some kind of superpower?
Don't be. You want to see how much of
Maya,
a
stop.
superpower it is? Do you want to see?
Maya,
You want
stop.
to find out?
Maya, stop. Because I actually want to hear from you when he's done. So just let him
I'm
finish.
telling you, yeah, because I do want to hear from you. Just let me finish now. I'm being respectful. I keep telling you, cut it out, and you still want to do it anyway. Kev, you better warn these people. But all I'm saying, all I'm
Y'all
saying,
thought I was the mean moderator.
bro, all I'm saying is that we as I'm gonna say the black community, because now they want to tell us we need to police our words. I don't think so. Look, we can say it. Now everybody else on here cursing and being ridiculous. We can say black. Black is not a bad word. Okay. Now, us as in our black community, we need to go ahead and start setting accountability for what the heck is going on in our community and try to make some changes and stop coming up with every excuse and letting these people that's doing these heinous things in our community slide like that and say, give them grace. No, look, I don't care what color you is. You don't deserve no grace. I'm not trying to judge, but I mean, like, we do judge. Let's be real. I'm not trying to give nobody no grace that do something like that, man, that heinous and ridiculous. That's not right. And y'all know it's not right, but keep trying to find excuses for it to be okay. No, fam, I'm out laying my plane.
All right, man. You cooking, man. Maya, then Tone, and then whatever.
Okay, so I agree with you, Wolf. You're saying, that it's not right. I would never try to just say, at me as a person would never say, oh, because someone has a mental problem, that I mean, because of somebody's race, that there should be excused because they have a mental problem. I think anyone who unalives people for saying how they feel has a mental problem. It could be white, black, Asian, anyone. We need to stop holding our people to a high to a high hierarchy and say, I don't even think that's the right word, pedestal, and say, hey, he's a black man, he can't have a mental problem, because it's probably true this man does have a mental problem. But if people are excusing that just because of his race, you're right, that's wrong. But I think anyone who has to unalive people because they're offended should has some sort of a mental problem. Any race, and I land my plane.
How old are you, Maya? Just so we can have it for the record.
I'm 20.
Oh, okay. All right.
All
Barely,
right,
barely
so
you made it. Go. You want Tone to speak first? He hadn't
Hey,
spoken yet
Bert,
at
hold
oh,
on.
all.
hold
Let me
on.
say this right quick. Let me say something right fast. Hey,
It's
Kev,
up to
man, tell
Kev,
this.
but
Hey, Kev, man, tell these people, man, this person in there talking about some, I'm not in the streets doing nothing. Like, what, is you serious, fam?
Oh
I wrote a
man.
book, man. That you know what time it is, don't you, Kev?
All right, I
I
got
wrote
you,
a
my brother.
Man, all right, go ahead. I wrote a book to help guide young men to become better men and make better decisions in their lives to do what they need to do. I'm out there with my boots to the street all the time, giving and helping, mentoring young men, trying to get them out of those situations. That's my son, Connor. I'm out there trying to help them get out of the situations and help them understand things better and remain in their purpose as a man and as the man they should be, to be out here in the community doing what they need to do. All you have to do is go look up 90-day rules for men with standards, a guideline to becoming a better man on Amazon, and my book pops up. So
I'm
I'm
up
out
there
here
selling
doing
his
what I
book, and I
gotta
love
do.
it.
I'm out here doing what I gotta do. See, and
Yo,
this is the
bad respect.
you feel me? And the problem is that it's people like that always want to talk about what the hell we ain't doing. What are you doing? What you doing? You over here trying to judge other people and tell us what we not doing without checking my resume. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not on here just doing it. And then I got a second book that's coming out to help women too. Not only that, I'm running for the mayor of Chicago. What are you doing? I'm out here working because I care. I want to make a difference in my community. I want my community to be good. I want us to not have to worry about our kids getting hurt when they going to school. I want to make sure, thanks, Kev. I want to make sure that our children do have a school to get to. I want to make sure that we're taken care of before any of these other people coming in over here. They're not even supposed to be here in a way. You feel me? That's what I'm doing
I
right there.
feel you, bro. I feel you,
So
bro.
I mean, like, I got love for everybody, man. But come on, man, look what's happening right now, fam. Thanks, Kev. This is what we gotta do out here. So what do
Dog,
we do?
wait, Kev, you didn't buy
said
my book.
someone said
You
comparing
got a book?
Charlie Kirk to
No.
MLK.
Oh, I was about
I
to
mean,
say
like, so what are we
I bought
doing?
your book or media books.
I don't care if you ain't never heard of me. Who is you to even be in here? You ain't even got no picture in your profile. What are you even talking about?
Hey, Wolfgang,
It's
let me get
people like
told
that,
in. Let
fam.
me get told in, man. Let me get told in. Let me get
Go ahead.
told in, bro. All right, Tone, I want you to squeeze in because Kev's about to do something else, like go to another topic. But I want you to be able to squeeze in before he does. Go ahead, Tone.
I'm sorry, I'm at work. Uh, you go ahead and just squeeze the next topic.
Yeah, we'll come back to you, bro. Go ahead, Kev. What you want to do now?
All right, give me a second. I'm just trying to. So let's get the three people that haven't talked yet. I was about all right. Who was it? Maya did come up here, but um, dang, Tone was supposed to
Oh,
win.
I
So
want
let
to.
me get let me
Yeah, my
get
bad.
Maya.
I'll say this one thing. Black people, y'all looking like hypocrites right now. Y'all looking real bad.
What do you say?
He said black people. He said I'm gonna quote. I'm gonna do it. He's at work, so I'll do it for him. He said black people are looking like hypocrites right now. Y'all are looking real bad. Exact
Oh
quote.
yeah, it's getting bad. That's why I said a lot of stuff getting exposed for real. I ain't gonna lie. I think a lot of people starting to wake up for real. Man, I'm just trying to adjust this thing on box.
Hey, and
Whatever.
another thing too, though, these now
Hold
all
on,
of a
real quick.
sudden.
Hold up, gang.
Oh, man,
Real quick. Let me let the other two people in real quick.
my fault,
Um,
Kev.
no, you good, you good. I was about to say, let me get Maya. You can do your 1 minute, Bert, and then we'll get my baby in.
Okay.
I think that's the three that haven't went yet, and then y'all can do open panel again.
Okay. So I want to say these the unalivings were wrong, and I'm gonna say this right now: the white tea person that did it was wrong. Whoever unalived that man was wrong. Whoever unalived that woman was wrong. I don't think they should be excused because of their race. Any race, and because I love BLK people, but that man was not right. And if he's trying to play insanity, they should lock him up so he never see the day of light again. Because that was wrong, man. That girl didn't do nothing to him. I'm not saying that's right. I don't care if that man was insane. He deserves to be in jail, and he deserves to rot in jail. And that's what it is. And whoever did it to that man deserves the same thing. And I let my plane right there.
Yeah, he is saying with
Yeah,
something in his pocket though. That's crazy work.
yeah. So like real quick, like we're on this topic because people were rejoicing in this man's death, much the same way some rejoiced in the death of Kevin Samuels. Right? It's not dissimilar. Here's my thing. I think it's. I
Exactly.
want to. Here's my thing, and I wonder what you guys think about this. I think it's problematic to elevate race and politics above humanity. That is damning. That is immoral.
All right, babe, it's on you.
Okay, thank you. Um, so yeah, absolutely, it would be different. Especially with the guy unaliving a white tea woman. I do this all the time. Anytime a white tea person is unalived, it's peep. Okay, it's mum's the word. Nobody is saying anything, protesting. Black people are very quiet, especially when it's like a BLK person unaliving a white tea person. They are quiet. And also it kind of shows how oh yeah, it's like this far liberal push. I remember I used to buy into these ideas of like being of like being empathetic and stuff like that. So one thing Charlie spoke about was how pushing for so much empathy can be very it can be very dangerous. You get what I'm saying? Only because you disregard the truth in your, um, for you to just be empathetic. So that guy had a criminal history, right? The BLK guy, he had a criminal history. And not too long before he did this crime, he committed a crime before that, and they were trying to be sympathetic, they were trying to be empathetic, but there's some people that need to be left behind. They need to stay in prison. You get what I'm saying? They need the harsh punishment. And it's like, just because he's BLK, they try to give him a more lenient punishment or be easy on them, because this whole thing of like, oh, BLK people are disproportionately convicted, blah 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 blah. And it's like, unfortunately, I feel like the bias is now shifting. It's like there's a bias against white people. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, black people is racist is all hell. And like Bert said, if you are just somebody who understands and loves humanity and people, this should never be a case where you are celebrating, rejoicing, where even if like you can recognize that this is not right and you can fight for what's right. You get what I'm saying? Even if you don't agree with him, you can still fight for what's right. So that's it.
If it ain't black, they don't know how to
Yeah, I know
act.
I'm gonna be biased every time.
Listen, man. Like I just like look. And like this is when this occurred to me when I like thought about this particular aspect, I got. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little bit emotional. I mean, I got a little bit. I'm not gonna say I got teary eyed, but I was like, damn. Let's put this in perspective. This man was 31 years old
Yeah, I felt
with
bad too.
two like toddler children. They're all both of his children are younger than 6 years old. Two little girls. Like, just put this in perspective. We talk about family, and this is exactly what we all want, yet we laugh. Come on, man.
And they had to watch it too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was telling my baby that I said this junk
They
is
were literally
heavy.
there when this happened.
Yeah, that ain't heavy for real. I think this feel worse than freaking Kevin Samuels. I'm like, dang. And then just to see that all this hatred, I'm like, wow. Well,
Yo, but that's the other thing, and I hate to like. I've only you brought up Kevin Samuels. It reminded me of the last point that I made. Right, the same damn people. Right, a lot of women, listen, call it like this. So a lot of women were like laughing when Kevin Samuels died. Like we all did topics on that. We all like, damn, like they were all the same people are laughing at this man's death, and the men. I'm not just leaving it on the women. The men that complained about women laughing at Kevin Samuels are now laughing at this man. Come on, what kind of people are we?
Wrong people. I'm gonna say it straight up for what it is.
Hypocrites.
It literally
Is
makes
it
you.
okay if I play a video after? You can go ahead.
go
Sorry,
ahead,
I apologize.
got it.
Go ahead.
No, sis, you good. I just want to say that if this does not absolutely disgust you as a human being of other people celebrating the unaliving of a father, a son, and a husband because of his own opinions, not only because of his own opinions, because of the truth that he was literally speaking, and you mad at it, that goes to show what type of uneducated, under the gutter person you are. And they're talking about, so because he said, "Oh, you shouldn't empathy as well," it's because people don't. This is where the lack of understanding comes in. That he was saying it because now look, because of what's happening, people right now are empathizing things with people that unalive other people and talking about you should have empathy for that person and get them some help, knowing doggone well that they would not do that or feel that way if it happened to them and their family. That's what he
Yeah,
was saying, that it was becoming dangerous, empathizing with criminals, unalivers, essayers, DVers. He's saying, no, it's wrong to empathize with that. I
yo,
would empathize with that.
let me squeeze this in. Allow me. Let me squeeze this in real quick, and you can continue until Kev says stop. Right. I am sick and tired of black folk making it difficult for me to not be embarrassed by you.
Mm. And
Exactly.
that's how I was feeling. Now, so real quick, let me let my baby play this video real quick, then we can go back.
Yeah, I just wanted to play this video because the thing is, like, he was for family. When they talk about like
Mm-hmm.
there's just so many things that he said that other people said too. He just said it in a different way. I think people lack like comprehension skills. They lack critical thinking skills, and it's unfortunate. But I just wanted to play this because I don't know how people keep getting the racism thing.
Right.
Anyways.
Beautiful kid that is.
Thank you.
What a gift from God.
Yeah. She truly is. She is the biggest blessing. Hi, I'm Andrea. It's so lovely to meet you. I'm really grateful that you came out to our campus. Something that kind of has me like on the fence of whether or not I go kind of like full blown more like conservative or moderate is just seeing how
Give it up. That is a gift from the Lord, everybody. That is just beautiful.
Say thank you. But something that like I've seen and just reading things from like Candace Owens and seeing how like welfare has like really like destroyed like the family unit. I see that, you know, we're starting to save a lot of money from things such as like Doge and what they're doing to minimize government. But do you think that some of that money should go back to maybe like reforming the way that welfare is done to help poor families who do want to kind of pursue that American dream?
Great question. The number one objective of any social welfare program should be how do we keep the family together and put dads back in the family.
Yes.
That is the number one priority. We don't have to overthink it. Every number gets better for every community if dads are around. Every number gets worse when dads are not around. Unfortunately, in the Black community, dads are the most absent of any community. About 2/3 of all Black youth will be raised without a stable father around. And I know it's crazy, right? And that little precious angel of yours deserves to have a father around. And you know, for daughters and for sons, it's different things. For a daughter, that's a father figure to look up to say that is how a man should act and someone that I ought to one day marry, someone that will protect me from a vicious world, and someone that makes me understand what strength and not brutality looks like, what justice but not revenge looks like. To have a father figure is a silent way of forming a child to be a mature citizen. And unfortunately, as we've removed dads from families, government has come in and has taken the place. So some people need help and they need social assistance. All of that should be about incentivizing the dad staying around, not the dad leaving. Unfortunately, with welfare, you can get more money for single mother assistance.
This is very true.
And so right, you agree. We're actually subsidizing single motherhood more than we are subsidizing family formation. And so I'm glad to hear about the fatherhood initiative. And if I may speak to the men out there, you are a coward and a petulant child if you impregnate a woman and abandon her. You have a moral obligation to stay with the women of your choosing, hopefully in the confines of marriage. This idea that men can just abandon women and, you know, leave the consequences without any responsibility has been a catastrophe for our country. So that's my answer. And I'll say this. The Democrat Party does not talk about dads at all. The Republican Party, we are talking about how men need to be men again, in the home, take responsibility, provide for your family, and with strong families comes smaller government and a better country. What a beautiful kid that is.
Can I speak?
Well, real quick, let me just squeeze this in and maybe I think it's me, then Tone, then you, Maya. How about that? So check this out. Try this on for size. When Black people speak truth to Black people, they're called coons. And then when white people speak the same truth, they're called racist. Like, we're not accepting truth, people. We're just not accepting it.
Because people got to be held accountable because they don't like to be.
Hold on.
Exactly.
Somebody said that he was racist in the comments. Where did he lie, though? Where did he lie?
And then everybody keep bringing that same clip up talking about he said that the statistics, that's what makes somebody racist. Because he went for a statistic that I seen other Black people use the same thing.
Okay, I want to say this.
Wait, hold on, one second, and then you can go after this. It's crazy. Black women say the same thing about the absent fathers in the community, but they're annoying when they say it. But when he says it, he's racist. Like, where did he lie, though?
Right, that
Like,
is
that
true.
shit
You
is
would see Black
stupid.
women say that
Stop
like
this.
crazy.
Exactly. Stop being dumb. Like, where did he lie?
Okay, I really disagree with what Rachel said. She said when BLK people that we are quiet when like with the unaliving of that white woman on the bus. But let me tell you something. I found out that this man unalived this woman on a black person's life. I didn't find out on the news. I went on TikTok and a black man spoke about it on his platform. So to say BLK people are quiet when it comes to these things is not true. Even the people on this panel, we're not quiet about it. And then I want to say this. I don't know how I got out of breath. Okay. And then to say, somebody said, BLK people get lighter sentence. I mean, you were trying to say, oh, BLK people get lighter sentences. That never happened. There's not in none history where it was reported that we got lighter sentences. And people's gonna celebrate whether we like it or not. And people celebrated MLK. I'm not saying it's okay. But when BLK men died for their beliefs, people celebrated. It's just what it is, and it's not just BLK people celebrating about this man's unaliving. I want to say that clear right now, because I just saw a TikTok of a Latino-looking woman saying, singing a song saying like, "Oh, I don't care, he did it." It's not BLK people like. Just because the people celebrating is not mainly BLK, I will tell you this right now, and I land my plane.
Okay, so let me clarify for you. When I say they're quiet, is there's no uproar, there's no marching, there's nobody causing a fuss about it. It's just people are just they're reporting news and then they go about their day.
And Rachel, another way that they were quiet, right? If that was a bunch of white people on that train, they would have ran to that child's rescue and been holding her, trying to console her, trying to help her, right? You got those black people stood there, walked past that child like she was nothing. So don't talk about they didn't stand up. They did not. They did.
And Maya, hold on. And when I was talking about leniency, it is a progressive movement, right? It's something called progressive prosecution, because we have made so much noise about BLK people being disproportionately prosecuted and convicted, because we know there is bias within the court system, right? Yes, because of that, yes, there are more politicians, more judges that are trying not to get fired for that, who end up being a little bit more lenient towards people.
About that.
You don't know about it because I'm not sure you actually look up anything.
No, I do. I'm pretty sure
it doesn't sound like it. So
and a BLK man came to see if that girl was okay. Let's not say no BLK people didn't care. Because I remember
the point was not that. The point was that
no, I was
that
talking
young
about
lady,
the other girl, not you.
Okay, but that young lady laid there for quite a while before anybody came to her aid.
That's
okay,
messed up. But
that was
even
just
as
sad.
a BLK person, I would have ran. But we can't say no BLK person didn't do anything, because there
what
were.
I said though, Maya, was they didn't stand up for her. They did not stand up for her. You talking about it was 3 men sitting around them, and
a woman
did nothing.
Hold on, so everybody on that bus was BLK except for that girl?
No, everybody that was in the camera, yes, they all was black right behind her.
I'm just asking because I didn't see like I only heard hits and pieces.
Okay, Maya, what they're saying is, had it have been a bunch of white people that were sitting there that took such a long time to even check if that young lady was a black young lady, a BLK young lady, that if they didn't check right away or within a reasonable time, it would have been a mess. People would have been like, oh, protect black women. You know, it would have been a march. Like we don't
as it should be, but
okay, so it should be
our fault that white
Maya,
people are
they
not,
are saying it should be Maya. If we value life, it should be the same for this young whitey woman.
Yeah, but is it our fault that whitey are not doing what we would do? How is that our fault?
We would only do it for. Okay, go ahead.
But why does it only have to be like black
white people that stand for us?
Division at that point, or like white stick up for white. That's how you stop, like what you're trying to fight against at the end of the day.
I know what you're saying, but it's not nobody's fault that one community is not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
It's not about the.
She's still talking about fault. If it's a match or something. All we're saying is
But
have
you're
compassion.
making it one.
I
Oh,
don't
we
know.
would have marched. We
I
would
don't
have
know.
did this.
No,
Okay, what that got to do with us? I
Yeah.
mean, like, you want us to march? We can march. Tell
Sweetheart,
people to
listen.
march.
No. Listen,
no.
I can tell you don't understand what a march is, and you may not have ever marched before, right? And I'm not gonna go back to that because I said what I said and I stand on it, right? But what I'm telling you right now is this: if we want anybody else to treat us with any kind of humility, right, or compassion, we have to do it also. So we can't expect something all the time. Well, we gotta do this for the black people all the time, but then you turn around and stump on the other people. And I don't just say white people, any other nationality, right? So if you want somebody to have some compassion for you, then you should have that same compassion for them. And on that bus, with all three of those strong ass black men sitting around that lady, looking at that man while he's stabbing her with a knife, could have done something.
Right, you're right. But somebody in the comments said, why don't you lead the march?
I don't have to lead the march. Listen, if that's you got Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and all them leading that type of march. Why do I have to lead the
Okay,
march?
so you speaking that
No,
BLK
to
people
be
should
honest, I'm
march
gonna
and
give you
care,
my
but you're
answer.
not doing it.
I'm gonna give you my answer. I personally don't even believe in all these marches, because at this point it's just human life. You get what I'm saying? People are doing wrong to one another. I don't see it like everything is race. Literally every time it is a white T person that does something to a BLK person, they make it a race issue. Everything is not a race issue.
Thank you.
All right.
Sabayo, you've been trying to speak, man. This is a good time.
Oh, my bad. No, I just said thank you.
I'm
Like,
trying to help you out. Go ahead. Say
I don't know.
something.
I don't know. I agree. It's just common sense. Like, I don't know how to argue with. Like, I mean, you can't argue with stupid. Like, I don't know.
I agree.
To me, it's just common sense. Like,
Nobody should
yeah,
go on these debates trying to argue with anyone.
exactly. We're
You
not.
say how
We're
you
here to
feel.
find common ground, though. We're not here to argue. Just like,
Yeah, nobody. But you said I'm not gonna argue with someone stupid. I don't know who you was referring to because I'm pretty sure everyone up here can enunciate, and so I don't know who's stupid, but I don't know. Like, what was that supposed to mean?
my bad.
I think
My
that man
bad.
would admit what the heck he was talking all loud.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
whoever
just
fit the
retract
shoes, it
that.
fit the
I'ma be
shoes. I
nice.
don't think nobody else felt bad.
Let's not do that.
No.
You notice nobody else trying to
Nobody
defend
said
themselves. We're
nothing.
like,
Right. She
I'm
the only
like,
one
he ain't
saying
talking to
something.
me.
Right. I didn't feel not a piece of something he was
No, but
talking
he
about.
said I'm not gonna argue with somebody stupid. That's
But
what
that
he
doesn't mean
said.
he was referring to you. You have to.
Did I say that? I didn't say he was referring to me.
But
Why
you
are people
did.
assuming
On
that?
mic.
Did you
I
just
said
ask?
I don't think
You
any
just
one of
asked? Was
us is
that directed
stupid.
to you? Am I
I
not?
know, but Wolf,
But
I said
okay,
I
wait,
don't
hold
think
on, time
any.
out, Maya. Hold on, baby. Hey, hold on, baby girl. Respectfully, you just asked, was that directed to you? Now, if you know that he's not talking about you, why would you ask? Is it directed to you?
No,
Which means you hold on,
I
wait a
said that. I
minute.
said I don't know who was it directed to.
Which means you felt that he was actually talking to you because
No,
you said you're not stupid, right?
no, I said none of us are. I didn't say me, and I didn't ask him was he talking to me. I said
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know who he is referring to.
But why even mention it though?
Thank you.
Because he said it. I mean, when you talk, you speak for a
But,
response, right?
but is
But
he?
you led the march with that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so
Hey, I'm not
Maya,
the one saying people need to march. So
no, nobody
No,
see that. Oh man, see,
I'm so lost.
no. But the thing is, nobody. Oh Lord.
Sabu, I understand. I understand you, sir. I understand you.
Yeah. Yep. Let's move on.
All right. All these people talking junk. Why they act like they scared to march up here in this panel up here, man? Y'all be all right. Let's see all y'all hateful people up here, man. You know. All right.
It's
So
not gaslighting. It's just saying like there's gonna be people that think you're
it
less than
definitely
smart.
is, but
No, people are gonna think you're less than smart. Like if you know what value you bring, you're like people are gonna say things. I would honestly just think that that's an ignorant comment and like move on. Like I would feel bad. for the person that made the comment, but I wouldn't feel any type of way. They didn't even
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't even direct it
I'm about to
to
switch you up, Tom.
Rachel, I was actually just about to defend her because I knew he was talking about her. I was gonna say, hey, man, you don't have to go that far. But then when she admitted to it, I'm like, let me just say mute it.
Oh, I'm not stupid. I've never been stupid. I don't get checks. I don't get none of that. I have to work. I'm like everyone else. No one's stupid here. I don't even know what stupid means for real. I think it shouldn't mean like
You're just
when you
digging a
can't
hole.
talk
Like,
or like
my bad.
what
Okay, my
does it
bad. I
really
retract
mean?
the
I never
statement. I'm
looked it
sorry.
up.
Let's just like you're just making it worse for yourself.
I don't care.
No, like
I'm
I'm not.
not
I'm
here to
sorry.
make
I'm
any of y'all like
apologizing. Like
me.
I shouldn't
I'm
have
here
made
to
the comment.
say what I speak how I feel.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. So,
Look at that. Look at that. We can all get along.
amen. Amen. So let's get to the other one. Let's get to the deep one. Why does a person deserve unaliving or unaliving threats over opinions and dislikes? So say if this, let's play it this way, right? Since some people say that, hey, he was racist. That's the first thing you hear every time somebody said this dude passed away. Why do you feel because he don't like a certain color or a certain race, do you feel he deserved to be unalive? Because I don't we do the same exact thing. I heard a lot of us that would say, I don't like YT people. Should we get popped or should we get taken off the face of the earth? So let's talk about it. All right. So matter of fact, let's get K1. You just came up here. Let's go ahead and get you started real quick. So I'm gonna go 3 at a
Well,
time and then we get open panel.
all right. So I don't just because you don't like somebody don't mean they need to be unalive. With this situation, some of his topics, some of his beliefs, I did agree with. I do agree that black fathers need to be in the home. Uh, a lot of stuff he said, I think it was his delivery that made him, come off as being racist and all that other
Right.
stuff. I think that's where the little gray area is. I think just the way he just came at it. Do all his stats and statistics and all that? Some of that was, he was off a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. Uh, as you what you just asked about, if I don't care what you know what your race is or anything. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm not gonna unalive you. I'm just not gonna deal with you. That's me personally. I have a certain demographic of people I don't deal with. I don't go around and just be rude to them. I work with some of them. Some of them are pretty cool. I just don't deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's kind of where I'm at with. Nobody deserves to be unalive just because you don't like them. But I mean, if we say that, how many times has a black person been unalive by a white person because they're black? You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
see why people are not being, you know, sad about it or not being sentimental about it because hey, how many times
gotta
has
wa-
this
you,
happened
get,
to?
you gotta watch that clock, brother.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
All
I'm
right.
gonna just say this. I'm gonna land. How many times has it happened to us and people celebrated and rejoiced and made little slick comments online and stuff. So you can't be mad at people for returning that same energy when it happens to a white person. And I'm gonna land it right there.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
say it. I'll say it again because I think it's profound, right? If you are unwilling to protect the speech of your enemies, you don't deserve to have free speech yourself. Like you have to protect the speech that you don't like. That's how free speech works.
Mm-hmm. All
But
right.
we
So we're
can't
gonna
sit
get
and act
V.
like
Let me,
speech don't have consequences though.
yeah, hold on. You about to be next anyway. I'm
That-
gonna get you and Wolfgang, and then we're gonna do open panel, another 10-minute open
yeah,
panel.
that was a dangerous comment, but you continue, Mr. Biz.
So, real quick before biz go, is that y'all got to realize how some people work, right? So I feel like it was no different from what they did with Kevin Samuels. Actually, mentioned in the video, is that when people get stuck and don't got no good comebacks, don't know what to say, and this person's supposed to be so called lying and all this other stuff, they're gonna try to find the biggest thing that can everybody can try to tie their emotions to, right? So they did the same thing with Kevin Samuels. They couldn't find nothing wrong. I mean, they couldn't find nothing wrong with him, so they just automatically was like, well, he hate women. I'm trying to TikTok. He misogynist. He's a misogynist, right? They always get that label and stuff. Same thing they do with him. They find out he was YT. Oh, that's because he's racist or something like that. So they gonna find something. They can never play back none of the videos they did, or they're actually
they will look for all the talking points that will probably lead him close to seeming like he's YT. I mean, like he's racist or something like that. But these are the same, literally the same type of people. Like every time it comes to like, if you notice that they were both family based, they're not talking on free. Because if it was Kamala Harris that was up here talking about do what you want and y'all, you know, all this other stuff that everybody was supporting and stuff when she was in the thing, whatever, and she got popped, people be going crazy because she feed y'all flesh or what y'all want. But just because people like Kevin Samuels or this dude, right? Y'all know that he's kind of it's like control, right? People don't like control. You know, that's what all it is. Really the war is selfish people against selfless people. That's all it really is. If y'all ever noticed that, it's the people that's more of a communal mindset versus what they call it, the free spirit mindset. If you literally ever notice that, and these people are freaking evil because it's root. Like I said, think about self. And self is usually rooted in pride. Pride is the biggest thing on the issue that we have today, right? The devil was rooted in pride. You know, he ain't want to. He looked at himself. He thought he was better than God type situation. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever notice the people you get into it with, the ones that feel justified, they're putting themselves into it. They like, oh, hold up, he's going against our lifestyle. So you know what? I think he got what he got. You know, stuff like that. These are people that didn't even heal from their situation. I ain't gonna even lie. I don't even think some people don't even need to heal. They just ain't get it their way. And not a demonicness coming out of them. I made that word up though. Don't steal it. But I just want to throw that in there though. Hold up, I'm about to because I gotta rotate some boxes because people in here. So let me get Sabu.
The biz is
I'm about
next.
to I'm gonna switch Sabu out real quick. So I'm gonna let you get your last. You get 1 minute. And I'm gonna drop you after that because I'm gonna put somebody else in here because y'all been up here for a minute. I gotta rotate these boxes.
All right.
So Bob, yeah, tell me what you and then I'm gonna let up. Who was it? I think I seen. Yeah, I'm gonna let up. I need 2 people. I gotta drop.
Wait. Hold on. What were we talking about again?
Go ahead, my brother. We just on why do people deserve unaliving and unaliving threats over opinions and dislike? And I also use this as an example. Is like some people feel like because if they felt like he was racist or they saying because he's racist he should be unalive. And there's so many especially racist black people to this day. And they love to say we can't be racist. You know what I'm saying? Do a lot of us deserve to be unalive because they're racist? Or if they don't like YT people? So like that. That's what I'm getting to about.
I'm gonna say something real quick. Overall, like it's not even like just like anything calling out somebody's lifestyle and like objectively, if it's a wrong lifestyle, you know it, but it's like feeding your flesh, you'll try and defend it because you're so like addicted to it. And then you start to become like you feel attacked because they're calling me out because this is bad. I know I'm doing bad, or I know I'm doing this and this is bad. So it's like hold on, where was I going with this? I don't lie. It was people just can't take accountability overall. That's all it is. When you get hit with accountability, you'll do anything to defend yourself instead of like admitting you're wrong. Man, that's all I got.
And make them feel uncomfortable though. And if y'all, this is one thing I wanted to tell y'all too, and it's the same. That's why I said people are robots, and people don't realize that though, right? The same tactic they got. That's why you even seen some in the comments, right? They do the same thing when they don't have nothing else to say or they feel uncomfortable. They start throwing names out. You know what I'm saying? They start trying to call you out your name, labeling you. Like if you ever notice, like even on some people are far left on both sides, right? But you ever notice like the balance people, if they try to, bring some understanding stuff, and then when a person gets shut down, the quickest thing is you sound stupid. You sound, stuff like they always got to do. It's the same people, and I believe these are the same exact people that took them out. You know what I'm saying? Because they literally have no comeback. They don't want to change. So everybody feeling, I don't know, but I'll leave that alone though. But you just realize the tactics though. Just realize the people that's in the comments, realize the people that even respond, even if they're in the panel and stuff. The same response. Like all they want to do is throw insults, whatever to make themselves feel better. You know what I'm saying? This was a stupid mother. You seen them lost, but they can't have a conversation. But Sabu, was you good?
Oh yeah, that's everything.
All right, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna switch you out, my brother, and then just request back up when I get an open spot. I got you.
All right, see you, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Kev.
Yeah.
Like I said, brother, it's great to be on your panel, man. Miss you though. You know what I'm saying? We brothers.
I miss you too, man. Long time, man. Dang.
Long time. I'm just reading all of these comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at all of these comments right now. Right now, as Relentless Pursuit saying that I'm bashing black people. I ain't even saying nothing yet. How am I? How am I bashing black people? You tell me how I'm bashing black people, and I'll ride with you, and then we can figure this out. Another and all of these other people talking about he was racist. He was racist. Prove it. What did he say that was so racist to the black community? What did he say that was so racist to us and about us? This is what I'm trying to figure out because I watched literally like all of his videos, and I'm saying, I mean, like, and y'all, and then when I'm asking to, you know, when I'm asking to give me this information, the first thing they want to tell me is Google it. How you gonna tell me to Google something you don't even know about? You ain't never said nothing about it. Charlie, you ain't never even paid attention to him. You never even watched any of his videos. You're just following these ridiculous trends online right now that just to so you can have something to say to feel important. You're not important. Let's just break it down like that. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say it well. How ain't nobody gonna tell you. You want to say just Google something when y'all don't even Google nothing. We give you information that you need that can be helpful for the community. And when we tell you to Google it, you want to insult us. When we telling you to go do your own research or we got information that we want to help you with, you tell us that that we stupid and that we don't like black people when we trying to be helpful and give you information. So if you're gonna be that way to black people that have the information, of course you're gonna feel that way to those people too. You're looking at him. You're looking at him calling him racist. So that meant does he saying those particular type of things? So does that make me racist too? Because I say them too. Now, how many? What is the? So you telling me that everybody that the people in our black community is racist when they say they're tired of black fatigue? So does that make them racist too? Does it make the other people in our race racist when we say we're tired of our communities unaliving each other? And so is that racist?
That made no
Is
sense.
yeah. So but you know you talk this man is preaching telling
What
about
they call that?
family
YT
values,
talking points.
right? Oh,
That's the
that's yeah.
stupidest
He's a
stuff I
white
heard in my
tea
life.
talking. But yeah, so I mean, like Kev, I'm trying to get a better understanding of how is it possible that he's saying the same thing that some people in our black communities are saying, but when the
Like,
people in the black community say it, they not racist. But if a white tea man said he's racist,
because we don't have the
would that
power
make
to
your
be racist.
counterparts racist too?
I mean, but he's educated. He know better. Some of you guys, some people in our own community are just
What does
ignorant.
educated and know better
Hold on,
mean?
Biz.
Explain that to me
Biz,
better. Explain
Biz,
to
Charlie,
me
Okay, okay,
what
Charlie,
educated and
Chad.
know better
I can
hold on,
means.
explain it
Biz.
to you. I
Biz,
can explain it to you.
Yeah,
Biz,
So
break it
hold
down
on.
what
to
I
me.
But
so
wait,
what I
wait,
mean is what I mean is that, you know, when we talk about affirmative action, diversity, equity, inclusion, the stats about 13% of people creating equivalent 58% of the smurders. He knows better. You may not, but he does.
no, he can't
And
talk
when you're
about it.
trafficking in those, so when you're trafficking, when you're trafficking in those type of numbers, and you're spewing out that, you know, those talking points and that hate, then sometimes it comes back on you. So that's what I'm saying when you talk about races and other people of the same color saying it, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean it don't matter?
What I'm saying when I say it don't matter, I'm saying you have to give a comprehensive approach when you're talking to people or talking about issues. If you're just slanting it one way and you know better, then that's on you.
So how
And
is
he
he
knows
supposed
better.
to explain it?
I don't
No,
I
hold
don't know
on.
if you guys know
What do
better.
he
Hold
know
He
on.
better
knows
to
better.
say though?
But
What
Biz,
did he say that? What did he say that he should have known better not to say?
but
No,
how do
I'm
you
not saying
stand on business? How do you stand for something and you try to go both ways? It's impossible. You can't stand on something and go both ways. How do you do
I,
that?
I, I,
He preached
I,
about
I'm,
what
I'm
he believed in.
no.
You
What
can't
I'm saying
expect him
is
to.
no. What I'm saying is he knows the stats. He know what diversity, equity, and inclusion is.
We
He
do
know
too.
what it's for. He's researched it extensively.
We did too.
He know what the plight of Black America is. He researched it extensively. When he talks
We
about that that 13%, 58%. He know it's mitigating factors in that, but he don't talk nothing about those. He just talked the narrative that he wants to talk to get the people that he want to buy into what he's trying to buy into.
So he's not supposed to talk about black people at all.
He can't talk. I said comprehensive. It has to be comprehensive.
What do you? But
If
who's
it's not,
not
it's just
comprehending?
like what you guys say. He's race baiting, and you guys don't like that.
Bro, who's the one not
On what
comprehending?
part?
Because if he went and did the research and did what he had to do and saying these things and giving people the information where they can actually go look it up, who's not comprehending anything? Him or the people that are trying to argue with him?
No. I'm not saying comprehending. You guys can
The
comprehend
word
well.
comprehensive
I
come
said
out
you
your
have
mouth. So if you don't,
comprehensive. I said you have to give a comprehensive overview of those numbers
bro,
and those issues in those situations.
that's what he did. So what?
No, he
So
didn't.
he gave
No, he didn't.
He actually did that and then gave
No,
the
he didn't.
information where you can go get it.
I give you an example.
Okay, give me an example.
When he talk about black fathers not being in it, he want the black family all together, right?
Okay,
He
then
threw all the
that's what
accountability.
even what the black community want the same thing.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so
He
now
throws
what?
all the accountability. He throws all accountability on black people in the black culture.
No, he said the black men.
He don't throw
He
in.
put it on
He
black
said the
men.
black man. He didn't say nothing
He
about all
didn't
black
say
men.
black people. He put it on the
No. He's
black
talking
man.
about the culture as well.
No, he did not.
No, he said the black
He
men.
has.
He said that we need to put it more emphasis on the black men being more into the home and being more family unit and taking care of the responsibilities that they
Like,
have as a child.
so
Now, how many women in the
I
black community
understand that.
say this? How
so
no,
that
hold on, hold
that
on.
right
Everybody
there,
says it.
right? Because they did
How
use
many
that.
black
What
single
I'm
mothers
saying
say
is
that all the time?
No, before
A
you
lot
say
of
that,
them.
what
Biz,
I'm saying.
before you
Hold
reply
on.
though, because
Hold on.
like, what is the
What?
difference from and I know y'all see how these diversities talk and stuff, or all these, the pro women, right? What is the difference? Because Tony did have a point though. What's the difference from them using that same statistic to prove their point? Like, these fathers are not in the house and all this other stuff. They start pulling up it, and then he do the exact same thing. Now he's racist. So I'm trying to see
No.
what is the
What I'm saying
difference.
is when somebody pulls that up,
They
like
don't
when I
want to
pull
hear
that
from a
stat up.
white man. That's the only difference.
No.
They don't want to hear from a white man.
Okay, so when
I
I
mean, them
pull that
diversities,
stat up,
they
They
I
don't
be
want to
let you
hear
crazy. Them
from
know.
us
diversities, they
either.
be
I
There's
like,
no
let you know that.
difference.
I let you know that the black man doesn't have a gene that says I'm impregnate my woman and walk out and leave. The black man doesn't have a gene that says I'm going to unalive
you hurt
one of
my
my
head. I don't
brothers.
know.
Bro,
We don't
what are
have
you
that
talking
gene.
about?
What the fuck are
Yeah,
you talking
my
about?
head hurt. I don't even know what.
God damn.
Now
Okay,
they
so
actually
I said
He's
that the
saying so
predicate
many
just
things
used the
at
word.
once. I don't even know if you're having a
hey
That
conversation.
Kevin, hey Kev, here
that
it
that
is.
means
Hold on
what's ever
before you even
happening is
speak.
because of
Before you even
environment.
speak, bro. Hold on. Let me help you understand something. Now you don't have any comprehensive thinking about what you're even talking
Am I
about
gonna be
because
able to
it
speak
doesn't
at
go with
any
any.
point?
That
Yeah,
has
it's
nothing to
open
do
panel. It's about
with
to.
what we're discussing right now, which means you have a lack of understanding of what he was explaining because you just agree that black women in our community agree with exactly with what he said, and now you're trying to change it into a different narrative to try to spin something off to make it seem like that man wasn't doing his due diligence on research, but then you want to say he should have known better not to talk about it. Why not?
That's not what I said. You just putting
Of
words in
course, you
people's
have
mouth.
no clue what you're
That's why I
saying right
said
now. I'm
he.
being honest
That's
with
why I
you.
said he understands, but you guys may be too ignorant.
But what did he
Clarify.
understand?
That is other mitigating factors, but for the environment that's created in the
Okay,
black
Biz.
community to create the results.
Yeah,
That's the
sure.
part.
You're talking about
Okay,
lack
I
of
feel like I
accountability.
hear this is going circular. Biz is
It
just
is
Yeah,
going
saying
to.
that he just
yeah, lack of
wants when
accountability.
people bring out their points and they have these platforms and they're speaking on BLK community that they need to also express how the BLK community got to where they are. I think that's basically all he's saying. And we're saying we've moved on. Like, I mean, okay, that's it. I'm just gonna stop right there. But that's
Right,
basically what
right.
Biz is saying.
That's in a nutshell. I mean,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
So can we move on from that?
All right, so let's try. Let's still open panel. Let me get us as pretty saying something down there. We'll get you in, and then get party in, and then go back.
Okay. If they swap race, would the story be different? Why does a person deserve? Oh, I'm sorry. Would the story be different if they swapped race? Yeah. There would be a lot less attention, traction, and all of this showboating, grandstanding, martyrdom.
All of that would not be happening if this were a black man. They would just unalive, and there would be excuses made as to why he deserved it. So that's what would happen. That's what we've seen happen time and time again. I'd like to land. That's what we've seen happen time and time again, right? So this is, yeah, it would absolutely be different.
So pretty.
Seeing that in this situation, they have managed to turn a social media content creator into a martyr, that they have been able to get the president to speak on it, Air Force Two to carry his unalive body to his burial place. They have had moments of silence on the House floor. And he was never a public servant. He was never a veteran. He was never an elected official. Yes, I'd say that this man has received a lot more regard than any black man would have ever received, no matter how much he served this country or whether or not he did.
So let me say something real fast, please.
Before you say real quick, let me let one more person, then
Drop
y'all
the
go.
mic.
Let me get a party in, and then Mac, you can start the open panel back up, though. I'm going to reset this time. I'm going to do another 10 minutes, though. But go ahead, Party. I just want to make sure them two say something, because it's hard for them to get in. Party,
Yeah,
what you got for me?
yeah. I wanted to just chime in here and say, the first thing is that should someone be unalived because of their ideas, thoughts, and opinions? Probably not. Probably not. That should never happen in our country. But to pretend like Charlie Kirk or C. Kirk, or I don't know what we can say today, I'll just say CK for now. To pretend like CK just trafficking ideas, thoughts, and opinions would be woefully mistaken. See, I'm not a casual follower of politics. I played at the top of the game in 2000, in the early 2000s with the RNC and Bush campaign. So I know how this stuff works. And Charlie Kirk is not a new person to the political scene. He's been involved since he was about 15 years old. He was mentored by a guy by the name of Joe Walsh, who was a pretty prominent, Republican, throughout, the early 2000s. But the long story short is, when you move into religious and political uh, belief systems and politics and what I would call ideologies, now you're playing in a different game than just some kid who's just spewing some stuff that he shouldn't be unalived by. The reality is that Charlie Kirk may be the number one reason why, talk about power, may be the number one reason why Donald Trump won the election this time around, because of the ground game that he put in, because of the amounts of money that he was able to raise and that was given to him. So when we talk about racist and racism, yeah, you might be able to say that Charlie Kirk is not a racist, but he certainly trafficked in racism, meaning the active way that you are able to perpetuate your ideas. He had kids on over 850 campuses around this country. He had 2 million people on Twitter and Instagram and other platforms. And what he did was he created, there's this little box that we have in technology called a repeater system. And you know what that repeater system does? Is it amplifies and retransmit the signal. And what he has been prolific at is taking these nice, like, now what Charlie did is that was so terrific was that he glossed up the bigotry and prejudice. He made it sounded reasonable. And hey, what aboutism, right? And I'm not going to argue with you. And so he had a way of communicating that was different than your normal, red meat MAGA, which made it seem like he was like sensible. But he was trafficking in the same stuff that you hear coming out alt-right MAGA world every single day. And the reality was he was trafficking the same thing. And you inspire a lot of people to your cause, but you also inspire a lot of crazies too. So let's not pretend that Charlie Kirk was some angel that was just out there trying to do the good Lord's work, trying to help our people, because that's not true.
That sounds like
So
you did all the evidence just to look how bad he was, I guess. A little weird. All right, but all
He's got
right,
plenty of
so
evidence.
yeah, I don't
I
get
want to.
what's the point of like deep researching to see if because I don't see how even if you look at a lot of this stuff, I don't see how his intent would be evil. Like the people that's responding to this guy right now. But that's cool. I guess that's what people do nowadays.
Well,
But
no, laugh. Let me ask you.
yeah, because it looks like he straight was for families though. Like I think anybody that's for families, I know they got an issue with. I noticed that every time. Same thing they did with Kevin Samuels. Anybody that's for families.
Laugh. Are you familiar with his Turning Point conferences at all?
What is it?
Have you ever attended them? Do you know what right wing?
Enlighten me.
Yeah. So at these conferences, it wasn't just the speakers that he had. Carrie Lake, Steve Bannon. He would also bring up Alex Jones. He would also bring up Nick Fuentes speakers. Nick Fuentes never appeared at Turning Point because obviously that was not good. But there were people in his camp that were certainly part of the speakers. But more importantly than the main speakers at these events were the workshops. And if you look at the workshops and what they were teaching these young kids to go do on their campuses, that was the danger. And so if you don't know anything about Turning Point, then you don't really know anything about what this whole movement was about.
So can I say this, please? I listen to you, Mr. Party. What the threat he had, right? You got the left side was so threatened by what he was doing with those kids. It's the same thing that Martin Luther King did when he brought us over to the Democratic Party side. Listen, and so the lady down the bottom, she said, "Oh, they're glorifying him." Let me say this: Martin Luther King got a holiday. He got street names on every street in every state, right? And let me go a step further. You telling us not to glorify this man who's all about family, right? Who hasn't done anything to anybody, he hadn't unalived anybody, he hadn't stolen nothing from anybody, but you want us to freaking just glorify a crackhead and throw up a statue, and that's what you want our kids to glorify.
When did I say anything about a CNN?
I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you.
On the same level as Martin
I
Luther
didn't
King,
interrupt
though.
you. No, because she said that when she answered the question, she said, "Yeah, it's different because he's being glorified. He's being flown on Air Force Two, and Trump is talking about him."
So
right?
when does he get into it?
Ma'am,
But
you can't
Martin
hold
Luther
your
King?
Hold on. So what I'm saying to this is, right? We glorify the crackhead. We put a man on a freaking statue and told our kids that it's okay to beat your girlfriend. It's okay to hold a pew-pew to your wife's belly, your girl's belly while she's pregnant. It's okay to go out there and do drugs. And those are the people that y'all want us to glorify. This shit makes sense. Hold on, Biz. Hold on.
He ain't no Martin Luther King, though.
Hold on. The threat he was to you guys is that he was bringing those kids to the light. Y'all didn't like that shit. Y'all didn't like it. Hold on, Mr. Party. I didn't interrupt you. I let you go. Okay. Y'all didn't like that. That you sat there and you just said it. He was going and doing workshops with these kids. Listen, if you black people and you Democrats had done the same shit, y'all could have reached the kids too. But y'all was so far left, y'all want to stun these damn kids. All y'all was talking about was indoctrinating these kids. So if y'all had done something different, you guys could have done the same thing. So you hate on the man because he go out and he put his work in the community and he get these kids to see his truth. So don't get mad at him. We can't. If you're justifying the fact that he spit rhetoric, you spit rhetoric also. It ain't. You can't tell me not one time you sat on something and you haven't said something bad about another person that's not a black person.
Yeah, so let me say.
No. Can I? She addressed me, so I'd like
y'all
to.
can.
I'm getting ready to drop. I'm going to say one thing and drop.
Oh my gosh, she's addressed me, Bert. Please.
I know, but I'm going to be quick. I always am. I know. And I know you love me, by the way. I know you love me. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. No, okay, hold on. So my I'm just about free speech, right? And I'm going to list off some names, right? So I'll say Kevin, just people that are on here, people that I know. Kevin, Rachel, I'll include myself, Pretty, and MAGA. Like, we've all said controversial things. And I think that we should be protecting free speech wherever it is because we enjoy that same free speech ourselves. Like, that's my take on this. I don't like celebrating death, especially political violence. Like, I think that's really dangerous. We all hope to be as big as him one day, where we have a megaphone as big as his, and I want all of your speech to be protected, including Pretty. I mean, I like Pretty, but like, really, I mean that for everyone who has controversial speech. You have to protect the speech that you don't like. That's the rule.
Okay, so just to respond, because this is always what MAGA does, right?
You wanted to respond directly to me. And somehow, in responding directly to me, you brought up something that literally never came out of my mouth. I don't know what C head you're talking about. I also did not mention MLK, right? I did not mention George Floyd, who I assume you're talking about when you said the thing about punching the pregnant lady in the stomach. But because you're so infiltrated with right-wing talking points that is infecting your brain, you're unable to actually listen to what anyone has actually said, right? I addressed the prompt directly. The response would have been different. Someone said George Floyd received the same response. No, he did not. He did not have a flag lowered to half-mast. He did not have his unaliving announced on the White House website. He did not have his body transported by Air Force One. He did not have a moment of silence on the House floor. He had none of those things. He had Black people come together and protest for him that forced action. There was no protest that forced this action. This action actually was both people unalived under the same administration. Donald Trump was president when George Floyd unalived, and he did nothing. He called him a thug. So no, he did not. He did not receive the same response in any capacity. Throwing his name out there is what y'all call a red herring. You are trying your hardest to grasp at something when I am addressing the prompt directly as it is written.
So let me say this. You came up here and you said that you pointed out all the things that this man is getting, what Trump is doing for him, how his body's being flown on Air Force Two, and you made it a point to say that no other Black person has gotten that recognition. That's what you were implying, right? Because if you hadn't, you wouldn't have said it. You said that you said things were different with this guy than they were with the Black guy. So I brought up those examples. I didn't say you brought them up. I brought them up to let you know the shit that you're trying to glorify is not the same. It's not compared to this. No, George Floyd shouldn't have been flown in shit. George Floyd shouldn't have had even
You brought up George Floyd.
I told you I did. If you shut the girl, I said I did. I just said I did. I brought up George Floyd and I brought up and Malcolm X. I brought up those two, right? I didn't say you did. But you want us to sit here and say we shouldn't have any empathy for this man and Trump shouldn't fly him in the airplane. No, he shouldn't. No, he shouldn't have flown George Floyd in no airplane. What about the 8-some billion that Black Lives Matter? Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they do that? But then you want to go get a statue and tell our kids that that's what we supposed that's what you're supposed to look up to. Those are the type of people that Trump is supposed to put on the pedestal. Y'all lost.
I mean, you're conflating.
Do you hear yourself? You're saying to me while I said none of those things?
Girl, please.
You literally have brain worms.
You just
It's never about what you actually say. It's never about what you actually say. It's how much emotion somebody can pack behind something to make other people believe you said it. So it's never about what you actually said.
He did bring it up.
I mean, the politicians in Minnesota. Why come the flags don't fly half staff for the politicians in Minnesota? Melissa Hortman. She's actually an elected official.
So why couldn't they have those?
Political flying. I mean, it flew half staff in Minnesota. Why didn't President Trump address that and then draw the national flags down to half staff like he did with Charlie Kirk?
Why did Democrats?
So why he do it for the school shooting that happened yesterday as well? So I mean, come on.
Right.
Yeah, come on now.
I'm saying it's a clear bias here.
It's a terrible.
And that's the problem. You guys come off as hypocritical.
But the thing
everybody's talking about all this political violence and all this and all that. This just happened in March.
The thing is, the bias exists both ways. I do agree that, yeah, he has a certain connection to Charlie Kirk, and there was extra done. I don't agree with all the extra that was done. But I do believe, in regards to George Floyd, for him to get so much also, like, there's George Floyd Square. They did do a moment of silence at the floor on the floor of Congress. You can actually look that up. On Capitol Hill, Nancy Pelosi, they held another moment of silence. There was a whole bunch of them. This was a global thing.
Right.
So, yeah, but the thing is, that is a bias because literally that man, there was nothing that he did in his life that deserved that much.
It wasn't his life. It was his
Hey,
unaliving.
Yeah,
but say
there's a
how his
yeah, but
moment of
The government,
what
silence
the
I'm
went. They
saying
was
government
is
yelling and
what
policed
I'm
everything.
what I'm
unalive his
saying
own.
what I'm saying
Oh,
is
they
the
tore it
bias.
up.
What I'm saying is the bias exists on both sides, and we have to recognize that. It's the part where people are not like they refuse to admit it. That's the frustration. I get both sides, but come on.
Rachel, it's the precedent that this sets. It's that when you open these things up to your side or what you believe is your as who's representing you, when because you're not going to remain in power for forever. And then when the other side comes in and they're flying people on Air Force or one or two, and they're getting their flags lowered to half staff. Listen, you guys, not you guys. I'm not saying you in particular, but these folks will lose their minds. Why are we lowering these flags? When you look at Biden and the reasons why he lowered the flag, had nothing to do with any social crusader, any TikTok influencer. It's just a terrible precedent. Period.
All right, y'all. Let me get
Happens on both sides.
What you say, baby?
No, I said it happens on both sides.
Mm-hmm. There you go. And y'all, yeah. Tap. Let's get to 30K real quick, so I don't have to turn it back on sub on me again. All right. So T Omar and who didn't? Oh, and Marcus. Uh, what's y'all input on this? So I'm gonna get T Omar first, then my brother Marcus real quick. So what you feel about this?
I don't support the celebration of anyone's passing like that. I don't support political violence, but I don't understand the confusion or the anger people have when they say it's hard for them to muster up empathy or sympathy. I do believe that he built, specifically Charlie Kirk. I think that he built a platform on very thinly veiled hate and discrimination. I think that he did not like anybody that was not of his demographic, some variation of his demographic. Anything outside of his demographic, he had a pseudo political, pseudo intellectual way to say that you shouldn't be here and that you are less than. My least favorite is listening to him echo the 1350 concept. And I know people say, oh, it's true. You know, black people are only 13% of the population, but they represent 50 plus percent of the. That's a half truth. And for someone with such a megaphone to somebody else's point, and to be relatively intelligent, you know what that narrative is saying. But the truth of the narrative is actually that of the 13%, there's a small percentage within that commit all that crime. My 8-year-old son does not commit crime. My 60-year-old mother does not commit crime, but they belong to that 13%. So when you vomit that over and over and over again at these rallies full of people who are already itching to dive into bias, you are supporting an ideology that can be extremely hateful, that can be turned into something that becomes radical. And you're smart enough to know that. So I understand when people don't have the empathy or sympathy for them that other people want. Anybody pretending that that is not the case, I hate to throw it out there, but you're part of a cult, or at least some sort of religion where you believe that you have absolved yourself of the morality of that reality. He was dissecting and cherry picking stats and stuff to represent people wrong. So it's you can't really ask for people to have much empathy or sympathy for him.
That's crazy. Don't everybody do that? Whatever. All right, but let's go to uh Marcus. What you got from my brother?
Yeah, man. Just to speak on this, man. Um, I followed Charlie Kirk a lot, man, and really don't think that guy is a racist, man. Uh, there's a lot of black conservatives that have shown up at the turning point and everything like that. And what I feel is this: no matter what your political affiliation, and no matter what you disagree, he shouldn't have never been shot like that. And for people to sit there and celebrate that, it's insane to me. That's just like me, and I had posted something like that, right? Uh, and we got this hatred in our own community. Like, we got all these gangs going against their ops. So my thing is like, should we celebrate um ops getting unalive? Should we do that? Like we always pray for the unalive, and we should never ever, you know, sit there and, this man had a family, and everybody's going on here saying like, hey, he got what he deserved because what he spilled and everything. And I learned one thing, like this mic is powerful, no matter what it look. Like you mentioned Kevin Samuels earlier, all these women basically said he got what he got just because he gave his opinion. My whole thing is this, right? If you ain't like what a person got to say, you ain't gotta listen. And half these people don't even. These people go off of clips and they go word of mouth, and a lot of these people don't even know nothing about this man. Like, we gotta look at the point. This man had a whole coalition of bringing voters out. In our community, it don't mean nothing because of maybe a whole bunch of white voters. So we're gonna minimize that. But he did it. What are we doing as a community?
Preach.
What are we doing? We we can't even get all of us together to even figure this thing out because we're gonna sit there and argue. Violence, all we in our community, all we know is violence, and we're numb to that. Like it happens in our homes, it happens with our kids, it happens with spouses, everything. We know, oh, I don't like what you said. Be quiet or else. Or else what? We can't have healthy debate. This man was debating. This man didn't hide behind the mic. He got out there. A lot of these people that be talking hide behind their mic. He out there. But you know what? He got unalived. You know what? He stood on his sword. He did that. So he ain't no punk. What I'm saying, what he did, we have to salute that, whether you disagree with the politics and everything. And I think that with this coalition, he'll be remembered for a minute. I think this is the conservative people. That's they Kobe. That's their Kobe. And my thing is like this, right? What happened? Like I'm 45 years old. I lived through all these generations and everything. And I'm gonna tell you, everything we was always able to have healthy debate. We even seen that in Congress. We never seen this mess after, and I hate to single him out, but after Barack Obama came into office, man, and I was telling my boy today, it was one of the happy in Black America was one of the happiest times in our lives. We finally got a black president, but everything went downhill after he got elected. It just did.
You mean
Like
after Donald
never,
Trump? No.
like it then Trump rise after he came after Barack Obama, but like all the policies that happened, and a lot of us didn't agree, but we trusted him. We trusted him, and that set the forefront for a lot of this stuff. A lot of this stuff we don't agree, but we have all our we have our opinions on things like that. It got out of hand. Like after 2008, man, it's just everything just got out of hand. Like the
Let
stuff that we're
let's be
talking
more
about now
specific.
is the stuff we're talking about crazy, but we should still be able to debate these things. Like this political violence, like it's crazy to me. Nobody
Can I
should be
can I
unalive
request
about different views.
can I request some specificity? Like you saying all of these things kind of escalated or a result of
Man,
draw a line for me between the dots.
we can talk about like the biggest thing, and I hope nobody get out of offended, man. This LGBTQ thing, like, it got out of hand. It really got out of hand. People was really empowered about it, and it's like that was the group. So we started grouping each, like everybody started getting tribal about things. When you start hearing, like, we never, like, there was, like, we knew about racism, but like racism was magnified, hate groups, all this mess. This never happened. This never happened before Barack Obama. All these political,
What never
So
all
would
happened?
you
these,
say it was the president, or would you say that social media and everybody had a
so like
platform
social media
to?
was coming in.
Okay,
Social
so that
media
I
had
wouldn't
the
say
play.
that a president
Yeah,
did that. I would
social
say it
media
was
had
social
the
media.
place to put, but like the president supported that. The president supported that. He
But
echoed what
Marcus,
everybody was saying. Like, um, it
Marcus,
got out of hand.
Marcus, you're saying that black people were inspired by Barack Obama.
Yes,
What was the response by many white folks in America? Did they have a very positive,
they
or was that when the Tea Party emerged? Was that when Mitch McConnell said that, hey, everything, that my number one job is to make sure that he's a one-term president, right?
All right, let me say this real quick. Yeah, you said you ain't seen not a video, I guess, of people celebrating him. I got you right now. Got you right there.
Oh no, I done heard a whole song. They made a whole song about it.
That's a
I
bunch
ain't
of stuff
seen
I'd have
nobody
seen. Let me
celebrating.
see. I think I was just
Yeah,
on it.
so
What happened?
I'm saying, yeah, he did inspire. He inspired a lot of people to his cause, Obama, but he also unearthed something
Where the
in
fuck is the video?
white America that we're still dealing with today, that has metastasized into what we see today as MAGA.
I,
Absolutely, it inspired it because it
and I
was the
think
biggest affront. It was the biggest affront to white America, especially a certain group of white Americans, that a black man could become president. How was that possible?
let me
Who man?
hey,
You
let
said
me
a
say
black
this.
man.
Don't nobody even go to church like that no more. Since 2006,
Okay, no, go ahead.
2008, with everything that was going on, man. Like religion is like basically you're criticized for even having faith now because of what's going on in America. Like when you bring up faith, like I was raised in a black church and everything like that. Like they'll be like, I don't agree with this because of my faith. And back in the day, faith was everything. It's like, so what? This is how I feel. Forget your faith. Stuff like that.
So let me ask another question. When did black folks in the church specifically, because we've always been kind of conservative, when did this preoccupation for us begin with the LGBTQ community? Because we never had it. I mean, if you think about the March on Washington, you can't get to the March on Washington without Bayard Rustin, which was an openly gay man who organized the whole thing. So you can't get to I Had a Dream. Now, you would think that Dr. Martin Luther King, an established black Baptist preacher, who was super conservative, would have never allowed someone like that to run his whole campaign. We've never had a preoccupation with this. Where do you think that comes from?
So, Mr. Party, I want to ask a question, right? Prior to Obama coming in office, how many black churches did you know that was openly talking about marrying the opposite sex?
No, we've never been talking about it.
Okay, and
We had
so
no
it
preoccupation
was
about
never
it.
really done. It was never really done. But then when Obama come in office, it's forced. You got judges who are saying that that's not what they stand for. That's not what they believe in, but they're forced to do this. This is when it's all start. Listen,
All right, y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna play this video for. He said he haven't. I finally found it. Telling you they're about doing the right. There go some people right here. I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right. These people are absolutely despicable. Remember, this is the same as. I found some more though. Since you said you haven't seen nobody laughing at or celebrating. I got you.
Yeah, and laugh. What I'm saying is I don't take those people seriously. They're not serious. They're on, like we've been talking about. They're on the fringes.
We can't take you seriously if you're willing to say a statement like I've never seen. Or
No,
come on.
I'm not.
So
I'm
you
saying.
have
I'm
that.
saying,
That's that. No, but that's a lie. Like, so
Rachel,
can we
in the
take you
circles that
serious?
I, Rachel, in the circles that I run in, I don't hear anybody celebrating this man's demise. I don't hear anybody laughing about it. I don't hear anybody jumping up and down that this is a win for the United States. That's just my circle. I
Okay,
don't.
but is that the statement that you made? Did you say in my circle?
No, I said I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
Okay,
Now,
so then just it's okay to be like, okay, my bad.
I'm
But
saying.
Mr.
I'm
Point,
saying I'm not seeing it. What are
but
you
Mr.
saying? Like, what do
Point,
I gotta say my bad about?
Because
You're
you
not
no, because
seeing it, but it's
you
obviously
obviously have
happening.
seen it. Yeah, you obviously have seen it because you say you don't take those people serious.
Yes. So when you play a one-off video and of some little kid
Okay, I can't
celebrating
take you
something like
serious. I can't take you serious.
when
But
you
go
play,
ahead. I
yeah,
can't take you
yeah,
serious. No,
that's
because
cool.
But he
this
literally
yeah.
just showed a video of multiple races celebrating this man's death, and I won't stay long because
What about this man
I like to
celebrating
let
dead people?
Kev have his panel with y'all doing this thing. And listen, as y'all can see, I'm like Casper White over here, so I'm not trying to get up in this conversation, but I will say this for everybody in this room that is a Christian. I want to be the one person that points out this is not political. This is an attack on all the Christians of the world. This is a way to further divide us and let the enemy come in and separate us. And that's all I'm seeing as a result of this. This is a crime against his faith.
And you know what? Real talk. All these people that keep saying they always been against us, anyways. Though that's why I've been paying attention to this stuff a while ago. They just want more of a reason. That's why they, I showed the whole video. They like, what are you doing, protecting him? And so it's like, dang, if they want us to sit here and celebrate or be happy that another person got passed away or whatever, just because we don't laugh at it, that make us coons and all that. I don't know this, and I don't want to be I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to be associated with them type of black people. If that's the case, then like that, if that's what got to make me a coon is to laugh at somebody being unalive. I don't want to be with that. You know what I'm saying? That's some crazy stuff. And it's
But are
like
we going to be so
even
naive
like the
to act
fact.
like a
Hold up, y'all
far
ain't
right
done. I ain't
controversial
done yet.
figure that
I ain't
people
done.
Laugh. I
people are
don't want to
not
be
going
associated with them people either.
that is squat?
I don't know what's going on. But at the end of the day, is that the thing is like just because somebody have because it's plenty of people, and y'all keep using that same racist thing or stuff like that, whatever, which many of us has been racist. I don't think none of us need to be unalive because we some of us, well, I ain't gonna say us, some of y'all don't like YT people and stuff or whatever. Do that mean nobody's supposed to hear you out or you should be off the face of this earth? So everybody got their reason. If that was even true, everybody got their reason why they don't like certain races. I don't know what it is. Ain't nobody saying it's right, but do that mean that they got to get took off the face of the earth? You know what I'm saying? So it's like we most definitely been hypocrites for a long time, and it is getting to this point though. Like I said, ain't nobody trying to impress these people that already got their mind made up. You know what I'm saying? It's just people that's in the middle, that's trapped in the middle of this stuff, that really don't know what to choose. They don't know what's really going on though, and they don't see the other side, how evil some of us black people could be, and somehow how or how kind some of us could be. Like some of us actually have a heart. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they want us to speak hatred and try to look at or view black people as only being hatred, that shows a lot about the other side. You know what I'm saying? All of us ain't haters. We don't just hate on every last race. We don't just only, because these are main ones that's taking each other out. You know what I'm saying? Or taking one of us out because we don't think like them.
I
So
agree.
they're going to always be the same way. Just like it's going to be some YT people, because there's been YT people that been doing a marching thing that's been hateful just like them and all that stuff. But there's also some of them that's on our side too also. So people going to realize one day this is it's not a skin color thing. It's these people that's in the comments. It's these people that's sitting here trying to take up and make for every last thing to try to find everything wrong with this guy. That's the issue that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Act like anybody's supposed to be perfect. Ain't not one person in this. I bet you every last person in this panel got some type of past. Or everybody that said something crazy or dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I never heard what was so dangerous about saying, well, black fathers need to be more in the home now and all that stuff because I see this. What's so hurtful about that? What's harmful about that? Or him saying, or him, because they don't like him because he used to shut almost most of his people that came up against him. He used to shut them down and had them quiet because they could not say nothing. And their response is, let me call people out their name, just like some of these black people in the comments doing, right? They call us out our names so as somebody ain't got no response because they're not they limited on what they know. You know what I'm saying? Or limited through their traumas or whatever this or this fake traumas that they're going through too also. Because they tie themselves to something they never experienced either. You know what I'm saying? So all of us we done seen it, we got taught this history, but some of us just still stuck in it because we done got stuck with our lifestyles that we chose because we done became a baby mama, a baby daddy, and all this stuff. Somehow that's the white T man for it. Somehow we don't have to get on welfare, all this stuff. All these us being lazy, don't want to eat right, and all this stuff. It's everybody else's fault but ourselves, and it's crazy. So all he did was like, well, we use our excuse and we make excuses about it. I mean, oh, my bad. We basically use our because that's one thing we got is that black card we get to use every time. Well, that's because he's racist, or that's because of they. Oh, I didn't get to make it in school. No, I done seen too many people at my job, especially my kind, that sit there hardly working, sitting there leaning up on stuff or whatever, don't care, got an attitude against the authority every time and all that stuff, and then be like, well, I got fired because it was racist. Like, we can't keep using it every last time. That's all crazy.
Right.
So
Like,
if this dude was black, y'all would have been like, well, he's a coon anyway, he need to go or something like that. It's like, y'all trying to find every reason why this dude, or y'all trying to justify him being assassinated.
You know what's crazy though? I'm gonna tell you this. We ain't even addressed this. Maybe I became on the ass end of this though. This man was unalived in front of his wife and kids.
mm-hmm.
And
His
we don't
4-year-old
even
ran to
talk
him.
about that. Like, I pray to God that his kids don't remember that. Like, what they seen, because you know kids remember things at 1 or 2 or 3 years old. I hope that his kids didn't even. Hopefully they didn't see that.
Yeah.
But we don't even talk about. We ain't even talking about that. So when we talk about empathy, I'm here. Y'all heard Amanda Seals online saying some stuff, some ignorant stuff like that, man. Like the end of the day, his kids ain't got no father, and everybody sitting there celebrating and everything like that. But when it come to you, when your baby daddy or your husband or whatever, or whatever die, get unalive and everything like that. If that ever happens,
Yeah.
you're not gonna want to hear that. You're not gonna want to hear that. Like,
Right. Well, it's like I heard a quote and I'll drop down so Kev can get
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
But I heard a quote that said 9/12/2001 America would be absolutely ashamed of, or not, yeah, 9/12, 2025. Well, I think it's the 11th, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, the quote was basically saying, like, the way America came together after 9/11 and the way America is acting now are two completely different Americas. How do we get back to that America? Why is it even about black or white or Spanish or whatever? Like, we are all humans. We are all children of God. Why are we even doing this? I'll end there and let y'all get other people up.
Thank you,
Love you,
Mermaid.
all
Kevin
right.
Rachel.
It's always nice you
Hey
coming up.
Kev,
Oh,
I'm about to land real quick,
no, no,
and
no, 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 Marcus, because he's been sitting up here for like probably 30
oh
minutes.
no, I'm about to go. I'm saying I'm about to land, and I'm about to go.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Take the
Here, let
jet.
me zoom in a bit. Hold on. All right. I'll let y'all.
Oh, all right.
All right.
The A.
Yeah,
Dang, I
hello.
did not want to leave. I had another video for him since he ain't seen nothing. I had one more.
Oh,
Oh,
child. I don't take people like that serious because that's the thing. As soon as somebody shows me that they are willing to tell lies to make a point, I don't hear nothing else you got to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
let
gonna
me,
be honest. We've all seen the celebrating videos. I don't know why
let
you
me
try
try
to
one more
deny
too.
it.
Let me try one more. Give me a second. I'm trying to let some
Thank
people
you,
up real quick.
host. Thank you, host, for showing different races celebrating because a lot of people think it's just.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm about to show even more right now. Hold on. Let me get something going.
I just watched a close-up video of Charlie Kirk getting pewed in the neck. No fucking way he survives. So you know what time it is.
I understand that.
It's good that he could be around good kids that's,
Wait, there's
gonna
more.
play with
Look
him.
at this guy
And
here. Read the sign.
yep,
Here, let me zoom in a bit. Hold on.
I always
This is
like
probably
that.
better. There's that. But wait, there's more. Absolutely
Oh,
tragic
okay.
news on the Charlie
I
Kirk
haven't been paying
front.
attention recently. Oh, my grass need to
Apparently,
be
he
cut.
was doing one of his jobs
Hold up, CC. I can't hear this.
I'm
when a
sorry. Put
shot
me on
rang
mute.
out through the crowd. And apparently, he got hit in the neck. How devastating. Now, of course, after hearing news like this, some form of memoriam is expected. So, in honor of his noble sacrifice, I am going to be getting absolutely blitzed tonight. Who's with me? Again, this is the same side that claims they're morally superior than everybody else. Same side who preaches empathy. These people are hypocrites, and they're disgusting. This event is showing us exactly who they are. And we're not making this up. They're coming out and posting the videos themselves. And here's what I would say. This is how the Democrats' messaging gets people.
I seen some more too. It was like it had a whole list of like.
Wait, Rachel, did you just mean in the comments that did you mean that towards the video he was showing?
Hold on, Maya. We're gonna get to you. I'll answer you after. The A, he didn't get to speak.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Dang, I try to
I
find that
appreciate
other
you.
video.
Yeah, if they swap race, would the story be different? I think it's I'm not gonna lie, the one on the train for sure. I don't know if necessarily Charlie Kirk's. I'm gonna be honest. He says some problematic things. Have I been celebrating? I don't really care about the dude enough to celebrate. Am I empathetic of him? Of course not. His family, yeah, but at the same time, the stuff that he said has been so problematic to where I feel like he believes that other people are inferior to him. It's not even just about the race card. It's about everything. It's about economics, race, gender. He said that Martin Luther King Jr. was a bad person. He said that he did say that. You could search it up. He said
I
that.
believe you. I'm just.
Yeah, it's crazy. He said that he told a kid that the Civil Rights Act of 1964, mind you, that was one of the most pivotal points of Black progression. He told a little kid that was a mistake, right? So I feel like if we're gonna be giving someone some grace, right, when it comes to other people celebrating, like I said, I don't really care enough about the dude, but if we're gonna be giving some other people grace on celebrating the unaliving of someone who believes that other people are inferior, I just can't really imagine it, and that's really all I have to say.
Can I respond to that real fast, please?
Yeah, there's plenty of BLK people that said the civil rights.
Not only that. Not
That,
only that.
that's
Hey,
Hold
that's
on,
what
hey. You know,
about
the
is
funny thing is, he cared enough to say all the parts he didn't like about him. That's funny.
yeah, but
But
hold on. He brought up Martin Luther
I,
King. Do we not forget that Martin Luther King won an award for Margaret Sanger, the lady who created ABs, right? Do we not forget that? When you say he's not a horrible person, do you know your history?
Wait, Martin Luther King did what?
He got an award, a Margaret Sanger Award, 1962 or 66, I think it was. Look it up.
But you got to understand the reason why he's saying MLK is a bad person. He's
I
saying
don't care though,
freaking
D. Hold on.
I know
Listen.
we know you don't care.
Hold on. This is what you fail to realize, right? You don't know that he's a bad person, right? And you wouldn't. You going with the narrative and you going what you've been taught. Those of us who research this man and know deep down inside the man he was, right? I give him credit for doing whatever he did. Now he's also came back and said he shouldn't have done it, but that's neither here nor there, right? So because how you feel about it and how he feel about it again does not dictate that man being unalive. But y'all got to go do a little research before you come up and say, "Oh, he said Martin Luther King was bad." I'm a Black person and I said he was bad. So y'all gonna unalive me?
but
MLK
here's
is
the thing though, right?
bad, girl. Please,
He's doing this to push an agenda.
I'm
But Maya, this
so
is what I'm
like.
saying with you though. You have you're young, sweetheart. All I asked you to do was go do your research.
I'm 20 years old.
Go do your research.
I'm
You
not
didn't know
that
that though, did
young.
you? You didn't know Martin Luther King was behind
How long
ABs.
since that he stood?
Hold on. You didn't know that though, did you?
Who's behind what?
ABs. Did you know
Was
that?
behind what?
You know what I'm talking about. I can't say the
What
word
is
on.
ABs?
Oh my God, Jesus.
No, I really don't.
Unaliving of babies.
So
Oh,
regardless
what?
of what actually happened, we can infer that he's doing this to push an agenda, and I can prove that, right? If we were to bring up, like, let's say you bring up discussion, right, of today, of a topic of black people being hired disproportionately, um,
It's
due
true.
to discrimination, right? And you tell him this, he will say that they aren't being hired as much because of the discrimination, because they are scared that they're DEI hires, right? For one, that does not make sense. For two, yes, that's an actual thing that he said to somebody, and he says things
Wait,
like this all the time during his debates.
So real quick, y'all,
wait.
before
So
y'all do all this, because there's
You're
three people that
saying
haven't
all
said
these
anything.
things, but it's like, because I'm trying to research like what you're saying, because you're just saying it, but you lack context, right? Because like, if he said that he believed that that was a wrong turn, like the civil rights movement act being passed, why did he believe that? Or is that a quote that you just looked up but didn't actually look up the video and watch it?
Regardless of the context, no
No, no,
one should be
no, no, no.
talking
It's
about.
not regardless of the context.
The
That's
kid,
the
the
issue.
kid didn't know the context though.
No, the whole point is if the kid is there to be like there, it's an educated forum, right? So like their parent brought them there to be exposed to all types of stuff, right? Discussions. You can't just put out that, oh, this guy said this, regardless of the context. That's what they did last time. Literally, I went on a live and she literally chopped up the freaking quote about empathy and literally said that he said empathy is dang, I put
like a weakness. I heard of it. All I'm saying is that the kid didn't know that. The kid doesn't know the context. All he's hearing is that it was a mistake, right? And that's my point, is that maybe the kid should have been informed of that, and maybe the other kids should too. But the message that he really pushed was that it was a mistake.
Wait, can you guys hear me? Okay, so
Yeah.
I hear you.
she believes that empathy causes a lot of damage or something. Causes, damn, I forgot the freaking thing. But the point is, she literally chopped up the whole quote because he was talking about the word empathy and how
so
people
that
are misusing words to weaponize things. And then so anyways, context matters. You're saying that he said because he said this to a child that's what is making him bad? But you don't even know the context behind the actual conversation. You didn't actually take the time to go and look up the video. You know what I did when I found out the quote, and then I looked up the exact quote, and then I went and I dove further, and I found the episode of his actual podcast, the actual episode of the show where he is discussing empathy. But you know what people don't do? They don't do the research. They don't do the work. They just want to push out narratives. They just want to continue because then you have to accept truth. But that's it. Don't give me nothing without no context.
Okay, I'll give you the context. Then he was talking about he was
All right,
talking
hold on
about
real
it
quick, yeah,
led
because
up
y'all
into
go.
DEI.
I want you to marinate on that for a little bit. So let me get cousins, Sims in Brooklyn real quick, and then we can go back.
What's up,
Cuz,
y'all?
what's up, cuz? You alright?
Man, what's going on with it, man? How's everybody? Rachel, what's happening?
Hey.
Hey, okay, so to the prompt, are we talking about all of that up there, or are we just talking about the latest
You can talk about
situation?
both. You can say both.
So this is what I think. Okay, so with the subway situation, I think it would be different. I think that it would be covered differently. I think that first of all, it was senseless, and I think he deserved life. I think that it is no excuse for it. Full stop. However, the way that it was covered, the way that It was, put publicly. I think would differ if the roles were reversed. And I think that it's wrong that it's that way. But I also believe that it's because in public opinion, history matters. And regardless what we say, and we can try to justify it and try to talk all the shit that we want to, but the reality is, if you have hundreds of years of a certain behavior, you are going to get a difference in opinion. You get what I'm saying? And they just got to sit with that, because that is what it is. We are suffering from what our forefathers did. It might not be us, but because of that, there's going to be certain stereotypes. There's going to be certain ways that people handle it. So yeah, if it was a YT dude on that subway and unalived a young black girl, it was going to be a whole nother, shit show, right? And it's not right, but I think that would be what happened. You know what I mean? And that's just the reality. If we're talking about this, what just happened, did he deserve that? Hell no. Was he a bad person? I don't know. And I will bet that don't nobody on this panel or anybody talking about this shit know if he was a good or bad person. Fuck that research, all that other shit. You didn't know him, you don't know. All we know is what he put out publicly, his public persona. That's the only thing that we know. We can sit up here and talk about the debates. We can get up here and nitpick and all this other stuff. Is what it is. But at the end of the day, the only thing that we can judge is what he chose to put out as his persona, right? His public persona is what people know. And that public persona, it was divisive. It had some people that were fans. It had some people that didn't like it. I think that we are in a time where people use they use buzzwords. They use these things to create fame. He did things on purpose. He could have said a lot of things differently and still been truthful, right? But he chose, just like a lot of pundits choose on both sides, whatever you believe, they choose to say things abrasively or whatever to get clicks, because that is what we live in society. That's the reality. People want to sit up here and talk all this, oh, extra, you shouldn't do this. Well, guess what? When you play in the mud, you might get dirty. That is what happens. It would be the same thing as if Charleston White or somebody was to do a function and get unalived, right? We would all say, I saw that coming because he talks so much shit. Is it right? No. He don't deserve it. Hell no. If you don't agree with him, that's one thing. But it should have never gone to this, But that being said, we know that a lot of people are not hinged. And we know a lot of people act on emotion. And when you sit up here and you play in that arena that he was in, his whole thing is, I'm debating, trying to make you look. I mean, you get what I'm saying? So when you have that, and then you have somebody in office who does not really try to calm those fans down, it's almost like the divisiveness is what keeps his motivation going. He may not believe it himself, but he allows it to happen because that is what makes him popular. And when you have an environment like that, regardless if he's truthful or not, the judgment that comes is based on what he permitted or what he presented. And if people believe that he was this person that believed he was all right or all, whatever it is, if that is his public appearance and he doesn't check it, then that's what people gonna roll with. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, do I agree that it happened? No. And my condolences go to his family. He got he got kids, he got a wife. He might have been a good dude in real life. You know what I mean? But we don't know that. All we know is the bullshit that he was saying. Now, some people can say, well, it was actually, if you go to look in the context, yeah, okay, whatever. He know that he was saying some bullshit too. He might have been saying some things that were right, but anybody that sit up here and say that this dude was just, it was all wholesome and nothing, no, he didn't say anything wrong. It was bullshit. Shut up. He was saying fucked up shit too. And when you do that, you run the risk of having haters. And I think this is what we got. You know what I mean? And I know it sounds like I'm saying it with passion, but I'm just saying it because I'm tired of hearing so many people on different sides trying to justify or celebrate. You don't ever celebrate somebody's passing. You know what I mean? But when they talk about, like when you just played that video and this dude talking about the left and the right, they trying to politicize the bullshit. But I can sit up here and give you many instances, like when Pelosi husband got beat with a hammer. That whole other side was celebrating it. And then they say that, oh, it's a moral thing now all of a sudden because you see what I'm saying? So people are going to use this regardless to suit their narrative, whatever side it is. And it's all bullshit. It's all a lack of, basic decency because anytime someone passes away, do you need to celebrate that? Absolutely not. I'm going to say that I don't feel bad. You know what I mean? I don't know him. I don't have a bad feeling, but I'm not happy about it. You know what I mean? I think that if anything, if he thought he deserved something, then sock him in the mouth. Then he might deserve that, but that's about it. You get what I'm saying? Like it should never have gone to this. And so I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Kev. Hello, Miss Rachel. Hello, Penna. Good evening.
Hey. Okay, but the A though, just wondering though, that video that you are talking about, did you see it for yourself or did somebody tell you about it?
Yeah, that's actually how I first, before I ended up looking it up, I actually did see that video myself where he was talking to the kid about it. And I'm not lying about that. I
No, no,
did see it.
no. Okay, so how old was the kid?
I can't tell, maybe around 8 or 9, maybe
Okay.
10 at
Where was
most.
this?
I'm actually not sure.
It didn't say anything in the video? Like
No, it was
it was
like
a
a clip that I
footprint?
seen.
It was a clip?
Yeah, it was a clip. I seen that from the front and end of the clip, where he walked up and walked off.
Interesting. Okay.
Nah, whoever that man was just speaking, I agree with you 100%. Because you know what? It's not no one's fault that people are celebrating. The host just sat and showed many videos, and I'm not going against the host. He's a cool guy since I've been up here. But he sat and showed many videos of different races doing it. But this is all about, oh, what if a black BLK person was to sit and do this? What? With all these people, other people celebrating, what they got to do with us? That's my main, like, I don't know how this got to do with the BLK community. Like, why is we in this? Like, it's Latinos celebrating, whites celebrating. That ain't got shit to do with the whole black community in our land.
Maya, I think you're getting mixed up with what we were responding to the post, to his thing. It says if the races were reversed. That's when we were talking about black and white. Nobody sat here and said it's just black people that's out here. You
No,
know,
I understand that, but like,
Maya, please
why is it?
to me. I listen to you. Shit, have some control, please, y'all. I'm just saying, you keep saying the same thing, right? I get
Who
it.
got control?
Oh my fucking. Go ahead, Maya.
Yes. Yeah, I was just gonna say my point was gonna be that um whether I guess I hear a lot of different things people say what Mr. Kurt was, what he did, whatever, or all this other stuff. I feel like it to me, for me, it goes beyond like politics and anything of that sort. It's more so like it breaks my heart to know that my daughter went to school today and even her watching it or seeing it and realizing it, it kind of affected her in a way of saying, dang, like, her being in high school, people, they have debate classes and things of that sort. What are we showing our children when it comes down to them one day wanting to be in politics, regardless of what side, regardless of where they may stand on what they may believe or whatever. It's like they can't speak their mind on what they feel when they get older because now they run the risk of them being unalive because of it. Some people say, well, he said this, and if we didn't like it, okay. There's a lot of things, even on TikTok in this world, our bosses or whoever, we don't like what they say, we don't like what they believe, but that don't give us a right to take their life away. I think it's ridiculous when I see people laughing, mocking, saying, oh yeah, that's what he did, he deserved it. It's like, no, I am one who don't believe that he deserved his life to be taken away from him, his wife, his children. I think it's a sad situation. I think regardless of what he said, how he said it, whatever, he deserved to just be saying what he's saying, just like anybody else is saying what they saying. We all saying what we want to say, how we want to say freely, without thinking that anybody gonna do anything about it. And I think that he deserved the same thing in return. I don't think that he deserved for his children to be fatherless, his wife to be a widow. I don't think that he deserved that. Yeah, just get your report just done. But that's where I stand. That's where I land. And yeah, I land.
You know
I
how much?
like what cousin said. I really do, because he said Charleston White. He says a
Wait,
lot of
before you do that, I
controversial
got did
things.
Brooklyn go?
No.
Nah,
Yeah,
No, I
let him
haven't
go real
gone
quick.
yet.
Then y'all go back to open panel.
I want to say this. What happened to Charlie Kirk was was horrific. The way it happened on national TV in front of thousands of people and his wife and his children. To go out like that is if you don't have any type of human empathy, you are just I don't even know what to say. That goes for anybody. Nobody should go out like that. The man himself was a racist and a homophobe, and he grew a large following of people um, spewing a white nationalist agenda. Charlie Kirk did not like the LGBT. He abhorred the LGBTQ community. He didn't like black people. He didn't like marginalized people, like you would say, immigrants and things like that. He wanted America the way it was back in the days. And anybody else to say anything else is lying because that's what he wanted and that's what he stood on. But for him to be assassinated like that is not cool. You know, we can have empathy for that. But for the man, no, no, I don't have. I'm not saying I'm going to shed a tear for the man, but I will have empathy for the way he went out. I land.
yes, and I want to say this, and I'm sorry I'm talking more than usual, but what the girl was saying, you can't stop people from doing stuff to people because they speak what they speak. Like, I get it, the kids in the future, they're not gonna be able to say anything or do anything. That's just what it is. We can't do nothing about it. When I was telling somebody when I was in high school, people used to attack me, literally, physically attack me. Someone said, "Baby, it's because you was talking mess to them." Like that gave them uh uh um a like what is it called? Gave them like
No, you.
a reason to attack me. And so I was like, what is that? I thought the same way. Like, so people can't speak what they want to speak. And then a post was like, um, it was about fighting. And somebody in the comments was like, people need to stop talking mess then. People need to, and I was like, that don't give you the reason to hit them though. But like it's just the way of the world. It's more people think like this than us. And do I think they're messed up for thinking that way? Hell yeah. That's the most messed up thing to do. But we can't sit and act like it is not happening and like it never happened and it's not still going to happen. Because some people don't know how to face the realization that you're not going to like everything a person says, but you don't have to attack them or unalive them. And I let my plane.
I just wanted to play something about the Civil Rights Act real quick. Yeah, because once something is said, I can't get off it. I gotta clear. I just go and I just try to do a little bit of research. Because the thing is, I'm literally not on one side or the other. I'm on the side of whatever actually happened, the side of truth. You get what I'm saying? And clarity. All right. So y'all can do whatever you want to do with it after, but I like to have full context. All right. So, anyways, this is I don't know during the time where he spoke to some little kid, but I know he does speak to college students. So, Kev, can you put me on the big screen? And then I also have when Dr. Umar is literally saying the same thing about the Civil Rights Act. All right.
What if the Civil Rights Act did more harm than good? Charlie Kirk dismantles a college student's argument on the Civil Rights Act. Great question. So Merrick Garland recently, the Attorney General of the United States, recently said that North Carolina and Georgia cannot have voter ID laws. So asking somebody to provide identification when they vote, because it's a violation of the Civil Rights Act. Because they say that it disproportionately impacts Black Americans. So the issue with the Civil Rights Act is not just the action of being of racially segregating or of being racially insensitive or to somebody. It is the impact. So if it impacts a certain group, therefore it's also then called illegal under the Civil Rights Act. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So it most certainly wasn't a mistake.
Well, of course it was a mistake. The way it was written, the intent was not. Though.
Yeah. Okay, but at the time, of course, it was not a mistake.
Yes, it was. The way that it was written.
What people have used it for now, maybe yes, but back then it wasn't a mistake though. Because
but you have to judge the law as it is now, right? So it's like saying, well, the law might have been good 20 years ago.
Okay, but so you did say, oh, I'm against discrimination, but I don't think the Civil Rights Bill should be signed.
So one provision I think should have been passed. Okay. So one provision was good.
You're saying it should have been more
should have been whittled down, and it should have been this massive, overreaching monstrosity.
Okay.
So basically, he's just saying that the way they wrote it was not good, right? And like, if people just look at
the Civil Rights Bill was not passed so you can live with white folks and date white folks and go to their hotels. You know why it was passed? So that they could benefit from the black dollar. Until desegregation, you had Black Wall Street, you had Tulsa, you had Rosewood, you had Charleston, you had Wilmington, North Carolina. You had all these pockets of black economic power. White men said that is a threat.
That is a threat.
That is a threat. So we're going to desegregate and make it look like this is for social justice, but we are really integrating for economic domination of black capital. Look where we've been since desegregation. You can't show me a black community in America. Mind you, we are a $2 trillion people. We're the richest group of Africans in the world. We're the 10th richest economic nation on the planet. And you can't show me a community in America where black people own a school to educate life, a hospital to protect life, a supermarket to feed life, or a bank to invest in life.
That's dangerous.
This is why they desegregated.
So, should he have been unalive?
I don't think nobody said he should have been.
Right. I don't understand.
If you're
I think
asking
we
me
all
to
agree
answer,
with that.
No, I played those videos because I'm tired of people. Like, I feel like people are not able to, like, I hate to say it, but like, they don't, we lack critical thinking skills because of our own biases. You get what I'm saying? Like, there is a block that doesn't allow people or doesn't push people to dig deeper into, oh, what is this person really trying to say? Nobody does research anymore. If it confirms their bias, they are going with it and they are running. And that's the issue I have. Go do your research. Whatever you find out after you do your research, cool. But don't you just take one clip to the next clip. You ain't dive into the full. I do not respect when people do that.
He came up here talking about he watched the whole thing, then he backtracked and said, I watched it from the front, well, here to the back. Like, stop.
Yeah,
No,
I think the
that's
problem
not
is
really
we
what
got
was
too
said.
many followers and not enough leaders or independent thinkers. That's why I tell my daughter all the time, don't be a follower, be a leader. Stop going off of other people's words and what they say. Do the research for yourself so you will know it for yourself. We got too many people spreading around hearsay and copying and pasting what they heard and don't really know what they're saying. That's why I'm one to say that, hey, I don't really know. I heard this and that, but I know where I stand. But if I really want to talk about what he said, then I will go and do my research on, okay, well, he said this and I believe it was that way, this, that, da, da, da. I really don't like to speak on what I don't know indefinite from my own research. And I feel like a lot of people are just like how a lot of older people are. You know, they used to say back then, they used to say, who they? You tell me what research you came up with that says they said was right. Like, don't give me hearsay because it's at this point we're playing telephone. And we all know how telephones go in school. But I'm sorry.
But that's
I
Do
don't
y'all think
exactly.
though? Could I?
but that's how the internet
Because
is. People
what it
want to
seems like.
rather people
Oh, go
would
ahead.
much rather hear if you got the truth that gets 1,000 views, but you got a lie that gets 1,000,000 views. People would much rather believe the lie than they would the truth.
So
That's
I'm
how it is, man.
But
what he
and,
said was,
and see
oh,
that's
what did
but
he
what I'm
say?
saying though is like the thing with it. The thing with it is like we don't know. It's very. How can I say this?
She
A
just
lot of
played
these
you two
people.
clips with two different people saying the same
Well,
thing, and you keep
let's
saying that he's racist for saying it. Is that
first of
am I?
all.
Is that not what I just saw?
No.
Not
First of
you in
all,
person, not you maybe, but you know what I'm saying. You're saying that you don't feel bad for him, right? Being that you are probably a father with kids and a wife, hopefully, right? You don't feel bad because he's a father and he was a father and he was a husband. You don't feel bad. You don't have any empathy for that. You don't feel bad for it, but you don't like that it happened. I don't know how those two correlate. But here's the thing. She just
wait.
played the two clips with the two people saying the same thing, and yet we're still going to point the finger at the white man for saying it.
Hold on, I think he was
First of all,
saying.
whoa, because you just gonna run over what I was saying, and you are loud and wrong. I never said that. So
Wait,
what I'm telling
you
you,
never
hold on,
said.
hold
Okay,
on. I just
hold on.
sat there and listened to you, right? So
Wait, what
hold
did you
on.
say that you never said though? What did you say you
I
never
never
said?
talked about nothing blaming the white man, racist. None. I ain't never said none of that. What are you talking about?
No, I said with you. You said right that you don't feel bad for him. You don't feel bad. You can't feel bad for him. But however, it was wrong for what happened. And I said, as a father and as a husband, you mean to
Right?
tell me, and a human, that you can't have some kind of empathy for the man that he died. I'm sorry, was unalive, and his kids and his wife are left behind.
Well,
Now
I thought.
that I have to question that as a man. That's all.
No. First of all, I said I do not. I said I don't feel bad like I'm over here, you know, in my heart like I knew him like he was my friend because I don't know him. That's what I said. But
He said.
I led in with the fact that he had kids, that he had a wife, that I felt bad for his family, and I gave him condolences to the family. So what are you talking about? Did you hear that? Or maybe you didn't hear it. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But here's the point. What I am saying is just that clip with Dr. Umar, and that Dr. Umar is wrong too. Like that's his opinion. That's not why the civil rights was created and all this other shit. Those are ideas and thoughts that his opinion. He feels like this is how it correlates, and that's what he's thinking. That's fine, but nobody is saying that that's a fact. That's just his views. I'm not saying anything either one, right? If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. But my whole point is, when you are in a public sphere, okay, and you create a certain I guess image for yourself to bubble up, to be famous, okay? Because if you are not a YT nationalist, right? Let's just say, for argument's sake, that he was not that, right?
She
He
dropped.
wasn't a white nationalist. He wasn't trying to do none of that. He was just a debater. Let's just say that that's the case. Well, when you have the news and everybody else, the temperature is starting to put you and paint you in that picture, and you say to yourself, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna let it go because I'm getting famous from this. I'm gonna basically coddle it. I don't believe this, but I'm gonna let my image go that way because that is what is making me money. I'm gonna go ahead and do shit with Nick Fuentes, who we all know is that way. I'm gonna go over here and kick it with these other people that are that way. So now, even if that man was not a racist, even if he wasn't any of these things, when you let public opinion paint you in that picture and you don't do anything to stop it, when something happens, you can't say now at the end, oh, he was a great dude. He wasn't. No, because he painted that picture or he let his publicist paint that picture. And all I'm saying is we have to do better, right? Because this is, unfortunately, most people are low vibrational people. And y'all know this. We don't think deep. We think first surface level. And surface level, he was a racist, he was a white nationalist, he was blah, 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 because these are the clips that's always going out, because this is what he panders to get his money. The same thing with Trump. I never thought he was a racist dude, but I think he panders to the racists because he know that they support him. And so when you do that, you play that fence and you straddle that line, and then sometimes you don't have a radical person with no brain cells do what they happened to him. And that's all I was saying. I don't blame him. I don't have a real judgment for him. It was just about his public, persona. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I was talking about. And I
Yeah.
hope that cleared it up.
Well, you led
with you, man.
hold on, you led off by saying what Umar's saying is not true and what he's saying is not true, right? That's what you said.
I'm saying that's their views.
No, but that's what you said.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So to me, instead of actually looking into it, right, you already have a perspective that they are lying.
I already know my history, so I know that. So I already know. I know history. I know why Tulsa was bombed. I know.
No. That's not what they said. That's not what they said. So
hold on. He said specifically, we had Black Wall Street. We had this. We had this.
No, why he spoke on why the bill was created. He spoke on the yes.
Yes, and he correlated all of the other stuff into that bill. And I'm saying he might have certain things correct, but his whole assessment was his view on why he thinks
right. And I'm fine with that.
That is not a fact. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all.
No.
Yeah.
But you said when you stated it like it is not true. That's
it's not.
But listen,
there are parts of it. No, he just admitted,
really
Maya, hold on. He just admitted that there are parts of it that is true, correct?
No, I'm saying, listen.
Did he not say that?
Are we speaking on Charlie Kirk? Or
look, hold on.
I don't care which speaker.
This is not true. This is what I'm talking about. Let me break it down so we get some clarity. Okay, they did not write a specific bill to now include us and to take away segregation just because they wanted to extort our dollar. That is bullshit. That didn't happen. That is him putting his extra, like he's thinking that this is part of what is going on. That's what he was saying. I am saying that right there is not true. There may have been some other factors involved, right? And we can go into that. But when you say these type of things, he is basically being sensationalized. He's adding to it. That's what he does.
You're also speculating, like you're doing the same
so
thing.
That's all I was saying. That's what I meant by that's not true.
Yeah, but you're okay.
You
whatever you want. No. What I'm saying is
telling you. That's like me telling you. Hold on. That's like me telling you.
Okay, but you disregarded the fact that people were using that Charlie was saying that he doesn't like the Civil Rights Act, right? And they are using it to say that he is racist, right? When he was saying there are parts of it that could have been written better.
Okay. No, I agree with you on that. I wasn't talking about that. I thought you was bringing up when I brought up, when I said because somebody said that I was basically comparing Charlie or him, and I was saying that one like his was wrong.
What I'm saying is part of your bias was displayed when you led by saying what they're saying is false anyways. It was very
Wait a minute. So I have a bias. So I have a bias to both of them. How's that work? Where's my bias? What bias? What are we talking about?
I'm talking about the way you led with what it is incorrect, right? It's not true.
How does that show bias? What do you say my bias shows?
Because you don't believe, you were not saying it's because there are parts of it that is true.
Okay, I feel like that.
Yeah, there was no point. There was no point in saying it's not true. Like that. That literally.
I told you what I meant by it. Why are we still on this?
The thing is, I had to ask you further questions to have you clarify. The thing is that's why. Okay, I'm a little.
And then when you did that, hold on. And then when you asked me, I clarified, and you still on it. Like,
yeah, but because the thing is, I know you're better than that. Like, I know you know by saying that it's not true. Right? The people that are watching and listening, right, that value your perspective, they're not going to look further into it.
So okay, now I appreciate, and so that's good, and I appreciate you clarifying. So now, once I clarified it, you're still saying, well, that's biased, and I'm like,
No,
what are you talking
no, no,
about?
no.
No,
The reason why I continued is because you were saying that that's not what I said, and this is, and it's like, yeah, you did say it's not true.
but I was talking about that specific point when I said it's
Right,
not
but
true.
exactly, but you should have been clear. That's my point. I know you to be better than that.
So
To
Rachel,
me,
what
that video was
are you
biased.
saying that you know something about the bill and everything that he doesn't?
No, what I'm saying is don't lead people like to not lead, but like I'm saying that people after playing that video, the point was for people to go and further investigate,
Right.
not to shut down perspective just by labeling people as a racist.
Okay, so now if that was the reason why the video was played, that's not what I was responding to. So if that was the case, then I would agree with you wholeheartedly. I was only saying that I don't think that what Charlie said was any like when if we're bringing up what he said and then bringing up what Umar said, I was like, I don't really matter. It didn't matter because both of those, messages were flawed. I wasn't choosing one or the other. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're deflecting right from the what the conversation is about, because like you trying to say that you don't agree with what they say. What does that got to do with the fact that people are misleading people, right, by using clips? Like just admitting, you get what I'm saying? Like it just felt like it was something used to dismiss something, to dismiss the point that people are going around just misusing these clips. It's just anyway.
I mean, but yeah, but it goes to my point of it's not necessarily people either. Those individuals are letting these clips go out. Let me ask you this: do you honestly believe that if you, as a public figure, right, if people were circulating certain things like, oh my God, Rachel is, she supports 304s and this, that, and the 3rd, and they're putting all these clips out, right? And you and your publicist is sitting here like, yo, this is not me. I'm not doing this. Why are they doing that? And you say, and then your publicist come to you and say, hey, but guess what, though? You just got 5 million hits on this last one. You might want to roll with this. And then at that point, you say, no, because I do not want to associate with it. So shut that shit down, right? Or you can make the choice and say, all right, let it fly. And now if you say, let it fly, like they did, then you can't be mad at the public opinion that you're going to get.
I don't think he's mad about public opinion. I think he stands 10 toes down. He's always been himself. No, that's why people love him, is because he's not easily swayed by the public. So what you're saying is, and you're making a speculation that he is doing this or speaking a certain way for money, for you get what I'm saying? Yeah, anyways, no. You're speculating his intentions, right? As opposed to somebody that is standing on what he believes, right? And it is not willing to falter just because if he were to bend, right, then he would be pandering to a different audience, would he not? He would not be authentically himself.
No, he would be authentic to himself if he didn't believe it, right? If anything comes out about him and he does not believe it, he's supposed to shut it down if that's what he believes.
No, he's not responsible for people's okay.
And again, so if he's not responsible, right? If he let that go,
he's not responsible for people's
he
didn't. No. I said he's not responsible for people's misinterpretations of his words, which they continue to do. So you mean every time somebody
that is what's going to happen, though, Rachel? That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So every time somebody does that, you want Charlie to go ahead and be like, no, this is not what it is every single time. Do you know how many times he would be doing that?
You know what? If that's the case, then he shouldn't have straddled that line to get those clips to be able to be out. Why is it that every time that we have these certain type of individuals, right? And this could be anybody, not just him. Anybody that is one of these extreme type people that want to play the field as far as
What
being
made him
extreme.
extreme?
Hold
That's
on.
okay. Go
God
ahead.
damn. Can I finish? All I'm saying is these type of individuals that play in that particular arena, right? What they are doing is they are saying sensational shit. They're saying things in a way to cause ruckus. That is what they do to create the game. That's what it is. If y'all don't see, if you don't know this, I've been in publicity. Like that's what they do. So he knows that this is part of how you get famous. That's part of how you get numbers by saying certain things that are sensational. That you have to kind of play that role a little bit. And so when you do that, you're going to create haters and you're going to have people that love you, right? Now, what I'm saying is, in this climate in 2025, when you say things that are racial, racially charged, or if you talking about alternative lifestyles, these are sensitive issues, and people will lose their mind and do ridiculous shit like they did. And I'm saying you can't say to the public that we know is smooth brained to say, hey, don't worry about the clips. Look more, look at the man, when that is what the public is seeing. And all I'm saying is I gave the example of Charleston White. Like he talks all that shit, right? And if something were to happen to him, nobody would be surprised. We would be like, damn, I thought it was happening sooner because he talks so much shit. But I don't wish that on him. I don't think it's right. But I'm just saying, in reality, there is consequences for certain things that you do. And that's all I'm saying. You can't,
And you don't
anybody
get
that
to
can say,
pick it.
Okay, but
yeah,
the
that's all.
thing is,
And you
Let
don't get
me
to pick the consequences
no,
of
let me
but
say
the
this
you're
because
such
y'all could be
telling
going
reaction.
back and
people,
forth all
you're
day.
telling people to
Right, right,
bend to
right. Let's
some
move.
such
Let's move on
way.
from that already, because other people
Yeah,
want
because
to
y'all
talk as
really
well.
been
Salute to the
going back and
chat.
forth for
Yeah,
the
Salute to
well,
past
the
30
to the
minutes.
we
host.
gotta go anyways, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this though, that so I do get so you speaking on that's the stuff we was talking about yesterday though, but because I remember you said you did the same thing with Kevin Samuels, like, well, you know that they was gonna like they just set it up or something like that, right? I do believe that people just out here really just speaking their mind, and they know that speaking their mind could lead that to it. That's just like anybody else that built their audience. Some people like like their personality, so it's not like it's a putting on an act type thing in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's this is what they really feel. This is what they speak on. They know it's like an unpopular opinions and stuff, or it's like different from what the masses do. Just like what I speak on. A lot of times people don't like me because I speak against the mass. You know what I'm saying? This is how I really feel also. So it's like whoever gonna attract at the end of the day. So it's not like that. It's crazy because it's like being opposite of the opposite view. Basically like not being a robot, it makes you stand out. So I think that's something. Yes, we get it. We knew everybody know the consequences of going against the grain or whatever, and that's what happens. I guess we get that point though, but we can't make it seem like that this wasn't his point of view already. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's doing it for them, because the whole point of like all of us speaking on here, we speaking on here for a reason. We trying to push our point of view, see if anybody either agree with it, see if people either understand it, or it's going. And all the time, it's gonna be somebody that's gonna be the opposite of us all the time. It just be like that. It's just some people more successful or stand out more because the way they personality is and all that stuff or whatever. Just like whoever some people like me, some people like you, whatever. Just like when you go on your panels, a lot of them women gonna be loving what you say because they stand you more on holding them accountable. That's all they want to hear is a man getting held accountable. So that's why you go to like certain rooms, because that's what they're gonna love. That's what the audience is gonna cater to. You know what I'm saying? So all of us got our angles. This is what we stand on. This is what you stand on. That's what they stand on. So we can't make it seem like that we don't know the counter to these things. You know what I'm saying? Which I get your point that we know the counter to, but we can't. But if we're all uh vocal, we all bring our stuff out. We know that this is what we put ourselves up against basically. So it's kind of like no purpose of really saying that, because any of us can literally get the same exact thing. Just like what you stand on, you got the opposite end on what you stand on. Same thing with me. Same thing with everybody else that actually speaks on speaks on the platform. We know it's going to be somebody that's going to go against us. So it's like that's why we getting the point like of saying like, well, we know that basically making it seem like it's justified of what's going on in a way. Which I know you're not saying that, but it's just I always wonder why everybody keep countering with that for what reason? Because all of us is taking a risk when we speak out here. Especially if we're not catering to the masses, but everybody got their own tactics. Everybody's growing their own way, I guess, in a way. Because everybody on the app for a reason.
Yeah, when Farrakhan was talking, whatchamacallit, Malcolm X, the way he spoke about white tea people, calling them white tea devils, the way he spoke, that would be hella rhetoric to y'all. A lot of hate, right? But y'all gave, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't right for him to leave this earth. Nobody is saying we agree with fully everything this guy says. There's nobody on this earth that you're gonna agree fully with everything they say. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't understand what he was saying that was so crazy to
So,
me.
Rachel, let me ask you this question.
Nobody can
Do
find it.
you
They keep going to the same old videos that they misunderstand, and then when we play it for ourselves, it's never be the same exact way. But this the same type of people that go based off
Exactly.
of hearsay.
Look,
They don't.
you see how Ronald is like
But
Malcolm's
Rachel, you
rhetoric.
don't
No,
think
hold on one
people?
second. Hold
Hold
on
on,
one second.
stop cutting
You
him off. I'm trying
you
to hear
see
what your
how
brother got to say.
you see how Ra was saying that Malcolm's rhetoric was truth? It was truth to you, right? But to the white tea people, what did they feel?
It was rhetoric, dangerous rhetoric. That's what everybody do when it comes.
Exactly.
So everybody get to say that every time. So especially if we against each
And
other or
Exactly.
something.
Rachel,
If one person
Yeah,
say
but
live free, the other one say control yourself or something like that, they'd be like, "Oh, that's dangerous rhetoric," and then we feel the same exact way. So
yeah, what's up,
Rachel,
it's
let
the
but
me ask
same.
Rachel, I want to say this.
hold on. Rachel, let me ask you this question
I
just to
was,
clarify.
I haven't heard it talk at all.
You,
Oh.
you were talking
So
before
I
I
do
even got
want to. I'm
on.
gonna give everybody 1 minute. Y'all 1 minute. I'm about to actually shut down after this because I said I was gonna get
Yeah,
off at
sorry,
8.
y'all. I definitely sorry I did take over too much of the time. So.
Rachel, let me ask
We
you this one question. Do,
we
do
gonna talk
you
about this
more
more
often,
though. Throughout this week. But go ahead, Brooklyn. Well, give you a minute.
Rachel, do you more often than not agree with what Charlie Kirk was saying?
Cool.
No, it's very even. I agree with a lot of different politicians, Democrats, Republicans, Independents.
I
No,
actually
I'm
speak on
talking
a lot of
specific.
stuff he say though. I talk about a lot of stuff. I actually.
No, I'm not.
What
No,
happened?
I don't.
Oh, okay, because I thought the way you would kind of defending
No, I defend truth.
okay, because because
Yeah, it could come
So
off
do you
like that.
believe? Do you believe? Do you
If
believe
you
he was
don't like
racist?
Charlie, you're automatically gonna assume I'm on one side. That's the thing. Like y'all, like people already have these preconceived notions about other people.
Do you
I was
you
gonna
believe he
ask
was a
you.
racist?
To me, I don't dive into those type of things because all of us have different biases and prejudices. All of y'all, and y'all lying
That's kind
if
of
you say
ducking the
no, you don't.
question. I'm just asking you,
No,
do
no,
you
no.
believe he was racist?
No. What I'm saying is, I don't think the way that you do. I don't look into if
Are you
somebody's
from
racist.
America?
That's a real question.
I look at a person's
No, no. Are you
talking.
from America?
I look at a person's talking point. That's what I look at.
Okay. Are you from America? Do you know
What
what
does that
racist
have to do
race?
with anything?
Because I don't think you understand what racism is in
I
America. That's why
understand
I'm asking.
racism. What do you want? You want to like you want me to say he's racist?
No, I'm asking you, do you
So if I
believe he
was
was racist?
so if I was a black American, because there's plenty of black Americans on here, right? That say that that they don't believe he's racist. Does that change it?
So she's not American. She's just.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because if I honestly believe if she was Black American, then she'll understand
There's
why
black
Black American.
Americans
Hold
on this
on, let
panel
me
that disagree
see,
with
lady,
But
you.
you got a problem
Mm.
with cutting people off when they talk, and everybody mute out when you
Well,
talk. So
I
let's
mean,
keep it respectful.
she can't do that because she the co-host, and so
Okay,
but
all
she
right.
can
Well,
do
let's
that.
keep it respectful though. Let everybody land. So our views are not going to be the same as your views when it comes to racism, because we is the ones who endure it. If you are or not, it shouldn't be spewed out your mouth, right? So it goes back to, no, it ain't, oh my God. It goes back to,
I don't
sometimes
believe
you
in
write a
racism.
check,
So
okay, but you understand that you can't write a check.
I can say it
Your mouth can
direct.
write a check that your ass can't cash too.
Yeah,
That
but
goes back
why
to,
do you believe he racist then? Let's say
okay,
that then, because I don't know why we ain't
okay,
getting to
because
the question that
he's
somebody.
Okay,
spewing
I'm gonna
that.
say this.
He's
Okay,
So
spewing
what's
that
this? No, let me see what
against
that means though. Let
Africans.
me see what's spewing that mean, and then give me that.
Okay,
yeah,
he
okay,
got a
but
lot of
hold.
racist
Can I
points. He
can I
had,
just
Hold on, I
say?
got it,
the
not
man
because
asked me a
you had
question.
the chance to answer
Can
him.
I answer
I
it?
answer him though. I answer him
All
for
right,
sure.
can I answer it? He asked me a question. I
Go ahead.
believe he is racist because for the simple fact, you can't sit there and put certain underlying tags on Black Americans without putting the actual overline on why Black
What he
Americans
say?
is in certain situations in life in America, and
What
that's
he
what
say?
exactly what he was doing.
What he say?
The removal of Black fathers is the reason why Black people is in the condition they in America. No, the removal
I
of
agree
Black
with that. I don't
fathers
get
is
how that's racist
engineered.
though. We
That's
got diversities that
engineered.
say that. We
That's
preach on that.
engineered. Just
We
like
always talk
everything
about
else
the
is
black fathers need
engineered.
to be in a home. So what's wrong with that?
Okay, but Black fathers not being in a home is also engineered.
Is it
It
not
ain't that
true
they
though?
don't. Okay, is it true? Is it not true that black men not trying to be in a home? It's engineered
Nobody
for
talking
us
about that.
not
Now
to
you
be in a
doing the
home.
deflection thing that y'all talking about. So no, I'm saying the point is we see how many single mothers out here to this day.
It's
We talk about this
engineered.
almost every day on this app. That's why everybody get mad and stuff.
No,
So
that's a
we
fact.
know a
That's a
lot of
fact.
fathers
We
are not
know
in
that
the
that's a
house.
fact. Okay, what I'm saying is this. We know Black fathers a lot. 80 to 95% probably not in the household, but it goes back to why.
It don't matter why or not. I'm saying like, how is it? No, you acting like that's not true at all because and then because a YT
No, I
man
didn't.
say it, that
No,
make him
it's
racist.
true. I'm saying it's true. If you put it out there, you also got to
What?
say
So is
this
that
is
what make him
why.
racist? That's what I'm saying. Is that what make him racist?
Okay, what makes it racist is when you say this is the reason why, and not saying the actual reason
I mean,
why
a
the
lot of
black
people
man is
believe
not in
it.
the
I mean,
house.
like I said,
You know,
go to
come
them
on now, you
man
can't throw it
hating
out
wives.
there
They
and
say it
not.
all the time. Is they racist
But
too?
you can't throw it out there and say, well, we know why they're not.
That's crazy. I think that's racist to call him racist because of that opinion. That's crazy.
Well, if
Because
you
either right or wrong. He went off a chart
that's
that he
like me
looked
throwing
at.
out a narrative and leaving the narrative
He
like it is, not saying,
just
okay,
because
well,
he said
this
black
is why
fathers are
this
not
is
in the
really
home, and that's
happening.
what we've been talking about for years. They got Papa was a Rolling Stone. They got all these songs, and all of a sudden, not because he's saying it, that make him. So it's something more. I think that hurt y'all to believe. Cause that it had to be more because there's no way that one little line made him racist. That's why I say nobody can still pull up nothing to say. Then you got. We just played a video where he's over here blessing this single black woman was like and was telling her. I believe that the fathers need to be in a home. That's a beautiful kid and all that stuff. He wouldn't tell another whole black woman that's a beautiful kid and all that stuff if he's so racist. That don't make no sense. I
I
think
mean,
some people
some
just be reaching from y'all be reaching from this point just to make because I don't get what he's saying that was so wrong that's hurting people. He's saying
It
be
ain't
in the
nothing
Christian
that he
thing, follow
look.
Jesus' way and all that stuff. What is so hard? What
You
harmful
can
for
you
him to
if
say
you're
follow
gonna throw out
Jesus?
if you're gonna throw stuff like out there out into the public perception, then you need to also iterate why this is happening.
I don't
Mr.
care
Kirk.
about the why. The thing is, we need to fix it. That's
No,
the
the
thing. I
why
don't
is
get why.
the why is the reason.
We can prove
That's
this
the
dude
major
wrong and
point.
say, let's get into these houses instead of keep
Nah,
making
man.
excuses why we're not in the houses.
It's
Yeah, because
engineered.
I was gonna say it's excuses. Because if that's the case, then why
It's
are all the
engineered.
black men's not out of the
We go.
home? Then, because
That's
there
our
are
issue
some black
as
fathers
black
that
people. We
are
make
in the
excuses
home.
about every last little thing. I can't do this because of
Nobody's
that.
making
I chose this
excuses.
girl
We
because of
saying if
that.
you're gonna
I
throw
don't
out a
know. It's
narrative,
always
add
excuses
the
why we
why
can't
to
move
it.
forward.
What I'm
There's
saying,
always
if you're gonna throw it
excuses.
out there, if you're gonna, it ain't no excuses to nothing. That's like me throwing something out there on
Yeah,
you
because
and
we gonna
knowing
either
the
blame the
actual
black
reason why,
man.
and not throwing that
We
and
gonna
not
say it's
saying,
the
well,
woman
this
fault
is
why
why
we
this
can't
is
stay in a
happening to
home.
this man.
It's like
That's
dog.
like that's coming from a white. Hold on, let me land. That's coming from a white T man painting a narrative of a BOK American and not saying, well, my people is really the reason why this is actually happening to them, and they're gonna sit back and we're gonna sit back and watch them go through what they go through. We know why they're going through it, but we're gonna make it seem like they're not there. That don't make no sense, bro.
So if every other race said the exact same thing, when we gonna start looking in the mirror?
Every other race ain't under attack like black men in America.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole, brother.
Oh
I'm telling you
my
that now. You
gosh,
know
we
that.
got to get this victim mentality up out of here, bro. That's why we
It
can't
ain't no
move forward.
victims.
We
I'm from,
gonna
hey,
keep
where
on
I come
using
from, we
that.
don't play
It's
the victim.
successful black
You
people
tell
out
you
here.
exactly what it is. Yeah, it's a lot of successful
I
black
don't know,
people
and
out
I
here.
noticed that that's the people. I think
It's
this is what
tons
we
and
going
tons
against. We
and
going
tons
against
of
the people
black
that don't want
successful
to put in
people
no
out
work
here.
versus the people that want to put in work.
Ain't nobody sitting there saying ain't nobody putting in no work. Ain't nobody saying that we saying the more work we put in, the more they step on us and try to keep us down.
What do they got to do with
Exactly.
us sleeping with the wrong women?
Exactly. Exactly. It ain't got nothing to do with it. That's a
What
whole
do
nother
that got to do
narrative.
with us sleeping with the wrong woman?
That's
Because we
a
don't
whole nother
prioritize
narrative right
marriage
there,
first
my
and all that
brother.
stuff. I don't get
My
what is
brother,
so
that's a whole
harmful
nother
about that.
narrative, man.
I literally, if you
That's
was
a whole
coming to my
nother narrative.
live
We can go
lately,
down that rabbit
that's
hole to
all I
know
talk about.
that
This all I talk about.
a lot of black American women accepted
And you
them
making us look
accepted
bad,
that
low key though, because it's
assistance to
like
get us out.
it be like them divestors be right too about men though. Like they make excuses about every last little thing, just like they do. Like overall, we as a black race, we just make too many excuses. And
It
then
ain't got nothing
somehow
to
when
do
a
with no
white person get in the
excuses,
middle
bro.
of it,
You make
now we
excuses
want to
for
be like,
yourself.
oh, he's
You got to
racist. They
speak for
ain't racist. They
yourself
telling the
when you
truth.
talk about that. You
I
got to
want to
speak
be
for yourself.
honest.
You can't speak for every black man in America when you say certain
Well,
things. You
then
got
if
to
you
speak
not,
for
is you and
yourself.
your kid life?
Yes, I am in both of them. Yes,
All right,
they
so
live
how?
with me, brother.
So
We in a
so
nice
you think that
five-bedroom
every
house. You
last
want me
other
to turn
man is
on
the
my
same
camera?
exact way?
You want to look inside my? You want to look at my driveway right now? And I can turn my camera on and
You
walk out
you
to my
married? You
driveway.
married? You married?
You know what I'm talking about? Yes, I
You
am.
with her? You with her right
Yes,
now?
I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, that's a congratulations, but it's not many of them that's like that though. So the fact that
So
you
we
keep
not
acting
gonna.
like
That's
every
why
man
it's
is
an
like
individual.
you,
That goes back to
I
that
don't get what you
individual
fighting
thing,
for
brother.
if you're successful. You acting like you one of the men that's trying to be in a kid life.
No,
I see the
I
wife.
stand with my people at the same time, my brother.
Okay.
Everybody didn't get a chance to go to school. Everybody didn't get a chance to be educated or pick up a trade or do whatever they wanted to do in life to become successful. You get what I'm saying? They were stepped on. Even though I'm in the position I'm in, you think I got here easy? No, they stepped on every chance I ever got. They tried
Who
to
is
step, and
they?
I stepped harder. The other people, the white tea people, the underline and the red line, brother. You know where I stay at, brother. You know I can even buy this house. You know how long it took me to be able to buy a house in my own community. You know how much money I had to put down just to do it. You get what I'm saying? So you can't
Why?
sit there
So
and
what is
make
the
it. Hold
solution then?
on,
What's
hold
the
on,
solution?
hold on, hold on. You can't sit there and make
Nah,
it
this ain't
seem
no
like
cross
what
section
we
because
go
that's not what
through.
I do on this live at all. I try
Nah,
to
nah,
confirm
brother. What
stuff.
I'm saying is
I've been hearing
we
that since I
can't
was a
paint a
kid, now,
narrative
man.
that what goes on in America with black men is not true.
I
No, it
don't
is
really care
true.
no more. I really don't care. I've been hearing it for too long. I'm saying I'm caring about what are we gonna do to move forward because I keep hearing everybody keep putting on somebody else but ourselves. So what we
Okay,
gonna do
but
to move
when we
forward?
putting ourselves on, everybody attached to it, right? Are we
They
even
go another
or even
excuse.
having?
Well, give me a
Hold on.
solution that we can become
Or
better.
even
Give me
having the
something we can move
conversation we
forward
having,
on.
or even the conversation we having right now. It ain't nothing but it ain't a debate. It's an understanding. You get what I'm saying? It's an
Who don't
understanding. So
understand that? I've been hearing the same thing. You don't think nobody know about the
once we
black
learn
issues
how to
today?
get once we learn how to get an
Kev,
understanding amongst us first, that's when we'll move forward.
Kev, you talking to a profile that don't got no pictures of no family, not promoting
Oh, I
nothing.
can go to my other profile and
And his
log back
name
Okay,
in
well,
and
come
Crashaw
see.
back
though. That's
with
the
that
crazy
one. Well,
part.
I know he done named a
Yeah,
husband, naming his
I can
name
go to my
Crash
other
Out,
profile and
and
log
want to
in. I
be
can turn my
and
camera
want to
on
be an
right now.
example. Yeah, you
I
should
can turn my
always.
camera on right
Yeah,
now.
you
So we
should. You
don't
should.
hide behind nothing.
Yeah,
You an immigrant. So I don't
you
even got
should
nothing to say to
always.
you.
Wait a
You
You an
should
minute.
immigrant.
Wait
always
a
be.
That's what I
You an
say.
minute.
You
Y'all
should
immigrant.
find
always
every way
be a
to
good.
You ain't even at
invalidate
liberty to
somebody.
speak
What
on
kind
black
of an
Crazy.
supremacy.
example are
You ain't even
you?
a citizen.
What kind
You
of an
ain't at
example
liberty to
are
talk
you to
about
the
nothing
black
black out here.
community? And you talking about Crash Out is your profile name? That's crazy work.
I
Come,
What's
mean,
crazy is that you an immigrant.
be an
You is not in
example.
liberty to speak on nothing in
Be an
America.
example to the
What you talking about? You an
community.
immigrant. You ain't got no kind of
Be an
rights to say
example
That
to
nothing
don't
the
on
make
nothing
no
that's
sense.
going on in
community.
this.
Post a picture of your family on your profile so you can push out a positive narrative,
I'm
not
sorry, I
crash
can't hear
out.
that word no
Okay,
more.
I'm gonna follow him from my original profile. If that's gonna make you happy, but you still not gonna change
Yes,
the fact that you're an
that's
immigrant.
exactly what
What
we're
do you want us to
talking
Yeah.
do?
about.
Cry? Cry
You
like
have
you are?
said, like, like you should be pushing out positive narratives, right? You don't want them to push out negative narratives, right? So you should be doing that too.
We act. I swear we act so
Yeah, I
weak today,
cannot.
bro. I swear we act weak. Like I swear our ancestors be super. Boy, they
Turning
straight
over
up.
in they beds
There's
right
no way we
now.
got all this technology, all this new stuff. We still making excuses why we can't move forward. This is
It's
crazy,
crazy.
dog. And I can't
It's
deal with
like it was a
that victim
breeze.
mentality stuff. I just can't do it.
Me and my spouse, we bought our home. It was a breeze. My spouse don't. He had a hard life growing up. You know why? Because I hate to say it, but he said it because of his mother. But you know what he did? He said, "I'm not going to let what my mother did dictate how my life was going to be." And that's what all of his siblings across the board, great kids, graduated in college, all this stuff, despite what their mom did or the lifestyle they lived. They didn't say, well, the white tea men kept me down. No, they went out there and they got it. They got it. And when we bought our house, no, it wasn't hard. It was a breeze and it was a blessing.
I
And it
don't, I
wasn't
don't,
because the white
I
tea
don't
man
think,
tried to keep us down.
I don't think nobody running with that narrative. But what you're not gonna take away what's going on with Black Americans is the red line and then everything else to come with it. It's 2 times harder for us.
Boy.
Ain't nobody making no excuses for
Yeah, you
nothing.
be stuck with
We
that
step,
mindset. I'm
we
just say
fight.
that. As long as
Yeah,
you
we
keep on
step, we
putting on
fight.
that,
We don't
you
run,
act
we
like
don't
them
flee. We
dudes. They
continue to
must
get
be your
through it.
masters or something. I don't know, cause ain't no white man holding
Never,
me back. I don't
never.
know why
They can't
people we
hold
be
me
acting like
back.
we tough at. We talking about black power and all this other stuff, and then we act like we start crying with the next
Where
voice.
I come from, brother, they
What does
can't
black
hold us
power
back.
mean
We
anymore?
actually,
Do that mean
I'm from
anything
Oakland,
anymore?
California, brother. I'm from the home of the Panthers. What you mean? What you want me to
So
spell
why
it
you
out
acting
for you?
so weak to these white men then? Why you acting so weak to
Since
these white
when?
men? Talking about they holding you
Since
down?
when?
Cause they ain't holding me down.
Since when? Since when? No, they
Since
can't
your
hold
mouth
us
just got
down,
done
brother.
running a couple minutes ago, you just got done
They
talking
can't
about how
hold
much
us
the
down.
white man
They
is
can't
doing you
hold us
bold.
down. They have things in places to keep us down. I didn't say they was holding us down.
Okay, then. So
Your
like I
comprehension
said,
level was a
you keep
little
making
low.
every excuse why you
Your
can't
comprehension
get
level
along
was a
with your
little
baby
low.
mamas, or why a black man can't get along with their baby mama, why
No,
they can't be
baby,
in their
no, my
kids'
wife.
life.
Get it right, my man. My wife. You're talking to a Black American man, not a an NIGGA.
Then
No,
why the
brother,
heck
get it right.
why you not preaching on how
What you
to keep a
talking about?
wife like you are? Why you not preaching on that?
That's taught in the household, my man.
Hey, you keep it what
You
you
got to
gatekeeping or
understand, I
something
was
like
raised
that?
by men.
You
I
gatekeeping
was
how to
raised by
keep a wife or
men.
something like that?
I was
Cause
raised by men in a predominantly Black neighborhood full of
right.
men and
Okay.
Black-owned businesses. Yeah,
So
yeah, see, it's
so the white
taught.
man ain't
See,
holding you
I'm
back
from
as
that
bad as why
era.
you ain't mention
See,
that
I
then?
come
Why
from
you ain't
that
start
era.
off
See,
with
what you
that?
don't understand, I come from that era when fathers was in the house, brother. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I come from that era. I'm not from this generation. You get what
That's
I'm saying? I'm
cool.
from a
That's cool.
generation when I walked
Push that
outside
narrative.
from
Push it.
leaving
Now we
from
trying to
leaving to
get
have a
more fathers in the
conversation with
house.
my pops. My OG partner was standing there like, bro, what you
Yeah,
got
he is
going on,
contradicting
young?
himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Move on from him.
Yeah, exactly.
All
So like
right,
I
all
said,
right. All right, so let's get
we're not saying they holding us down.
we
We
got
setting
it. We
things
got
in
it,
place
married
to
man.
make us
We
go a
got it.
little long.
We got it, married man. Don't crash out on us. Game time, what you got for me? And I'm gonna call it after you, man. I gotta get up out of here. Or I get this live back going again. Another time. I gotta
Yeah, it's a. Is it about the swap race thing? Sort of different. Is that what I'm
whatever
asking?
you heard that you want to address, or you can hit that, and then I'm out at too.
Okay, well, to make it real quick, yeah, the story will be different. It will be a bit different rhetoric. I just find it crazy, man, that I've been seeing a bunch of people celebrating what has actually happened. I find it very weird, disingenuous. I want to say I'm not surprised, but I think I'm surprised about how many people actually did it and did it with a straight face, like it was okay. And I hear this man at the bottom over here crashing out, not really giving no type of factual evidence on what he's saying. I don't understand why it's so hard to just be a regular
Bro,
man
we
in
ain't
America.
hearing nothing about
Oh
no
my
factual evidence, bro.
God. What do
You
you,
sound like everybody else.
anyway, like I was saying, I just find it very hard. Why it's so hard just to be a regular man in America? Why does everything have to be what somebody else did to you? Everybody goes through something. We all go through something. When you're growing up, you go through something regardless. Everybody's story is going to be different. I am so sick of these niggas and their stupid rhetoric about how they can't do this or how they was held down. Did you or did you not make it? It's the fucking question. That would be the answer. Are you there? Are you not happy with your life? Is your life so bad? You got to make so many fucking excuses, bro. I'm done with this shit, bro. But that was it, though.
All right. We'll end it with that, man. Until we get some more solution-based things going.
Way to end it, game time. Get that man a
Yeah,
clap.
that's a fact. That's a
Clap him up. Hey,
fact.
clap him up.
All right, we gonna get this.
Can I
Why is
say this
Eric?
real
Nah,
quick?
not my son. You know I gotta let her get her voice in for a couple seconds. Man, y'all want to
Who?
do this when I gotta lay down?
Oh, I think cousin wanted to say something real quick
I just
though.
want to say
Cause,
real quick,
but
like, look, if anybody don't understand, right? When we talk about keeping each other accountable, we talk about this platform is about, being accountable, right? Talking about the things that may be a little uncomfortable. And even though we fam, you notice that we will keep each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? So if Rachel gonna see something on me, she gonna check me, and we gonna talk, and we gonna go at it, and it's all good because that is what we do to make sure that we try to get the information out correctly. So I just say that to say, you know, if you feeling offended, go ahead and look in the mirror and just go ahead and run some cold water on it. You'll be all right. Go ahead and run some cold water on your feelings. You'll be cool. You know what I mean? But you're gonna get checked up in here because
right.
everybody's trying to find the right information. You know what I'm saying? And it's not all about proving each other right or wrong. It's just about getting the right information out. That's it.
Yep.
So I appreciate you. And it's all good. I just wanted to say that. And then I don't know who the lady, if she was still here listening, it wasn't nothing to her. I was just trying to tell her what I meant by it. So, it ain't never no attacks is the point.
Right.
Appreciate you.
They not used to this level of accountability. They used to everybody pandering to each other and sitting here not saying nothing. Oh, they right regardless. Nah, none of us, almost majority of us, don't agree with everything that come out of each other's mouth. We just don't. But we learn how to try to understand one another and actually, learn to agree to disagree sometimes and still know the basis, still love and pushing forward and all that. It's the same base though. That's one thing a lot of us can agree on. We trying to figure out it's a solution based thing. So that's the main thing about this though. That's why I can only do so much of that crying for so long, for real, until we freaking find a way to get to a solution. I've been hearing crying since I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the same old stuff. Like, when we gonna move forward? There's people that's 60, 70 years old still talking about the same thing. Man, I can't believe this and all this stuff. Like, but then I ain't gonna lie, still some people that might be about the same age that's like, man, shut up. We had it worse before. You know what I'm saying? I love those ones. Them old heads, they know the deal on that one. Y'all don't know about nothing. We used to grab rocks and stuff like that. But all right, y'all. Let me get hundreds in and then we call it. Then we can call it.
Huntress.
Hey, Booskies.
What's the deal?
Can y'all hear me? Because I'm in Old Betsy right now.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I've been hopping in and out of this live for like a few times now. And I wanted to address three things that I heard. One, this man lost his life senselessly. Like, I understand that we do not all agree with everything that he said. And yes, some of his talking points were fictional to a certain extent. He didn't do proper research on some of the information as far as statistics and things like that go. He was messed up in that area. However, you cannot say that there was any reason other than the words that came out of his mouth that he should have been unalived. He didn't hurt anybody. He didn't treat anybody any differently when they stepped to the mic. I saw I saw the alphabet community step to the mic. I saw people that looked like me step to the mic. I saw people that dressed weird step to the mic, and he treated them all with respect, and he didn't allow his crowd to overtalk them or be belligerent towards them. So that's point one. Point two I wanted to make. Yes, there are things out here in society that do have influences on how we as a community have come up in this society. But with that being said, as I was doing research, because somebody had brought up the Obama administration earlier, and I'm not sure if they're still here, although Obama's administration did give us a little bit more morale as far as our ability to adjust as a community actually declined because of the type of morale that was brought on by the Obama administration. So that's the second thing I wanted to hit on. And third, anybody that's sitting out here making an excuse saying that, oh, it's because of this, it's because you haven't thought outside the lines to be able to get information from other places or check into other places to get the information that's needed to be accessible. I've seen people with horrible credit scores go get a car somehow, some way, some shape, some form. They wanted it enough. So if you don't want it enough, that's on you, and you're not the person that's going out there doing what you need to do to get to the place that you want to be. And that's all I had to say.
Well, shoot, get it. Okay, baby, it's bedtime. Kevin, why'd you make your box so little? It's like the box disappeared. Okay. Well, am I the only one? What's going on? Why is everybody quiet?
I'm here messing with you.
I
Dang, I
thought
was talking all that time. That's crazy. I was
you
literally
were.
responding back. No, I was saying, I said that's because I switched the camera up. Dang, I was saying all this stuff. Man, I was mad. I was muted. What did I mute? I don't even remember. But
Yeah,
all right,
but this
Charlie.
was a great panel discussion though. Like even when it gets heated, because I really don't like to yell and stuff like that. But I love and respect all y'all. Like for being bold enough to speak your mind and your perspective. It's not for the faint of heart. It takes a lot of courage to stand out. And that's it.
Amen. Let's go ahead and end it with that. We're gonna talk about this some more though. This ain't done. This ain't done. Not on my bit. We gonna
Good
get on
panel,
this
my
for
brother.
real.
Good panel. I am gonna slide in on my other profile on the next one.
Okay, for
That's
sure. Oh yeah,
right.
for sure.
Give that man a hand clap.
My hand,
No, I hear
my thumbs
exactly what
hurt
you're
with all these
saying.
dang on hand claps. My thumb hurt.
Yeah, that's
That's a
good.
good thing.
All right, good night, y'all.
All right, salute to y'all. Y'all have a good one. Have a
For
blessed one.
sure.
Good
For
night.
sure.
Peace, love, and hair
Have a
grease.
good one. Appreciate you
All
having me up.
right. Not the hair grease. Oh my. All right.